State just doesn't have quite as much on glass. Joshua Jefferson has good versatility with like 15.7 rebounds, but we just saw this game on Big Monday a few weeks ago, albeit it was a home game for Arizona, but that was a boat racing by Arizona. Now you do have this game out there in the great state of Kansas, so that helps out Iowa State a little bit, and thank goodness gracious they did away with the glass floor. I mean, shocker, the glass floor might be a little bit slippery. Who could have thought of that? But that said, with regards to Arizona, I do think that this team just very complete. When they need to go and shoot a few threes, which they don't do very often, they're able to do so quite effectively. I actually think that Braden Burries has been one of the most improved.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. It's now time for the second game of today's doubleheader as we continue our coverage of Broncos athletics. And now, let's go to the field for today's game. It's now time for the second game of today's doubleheader as we continue our coverage of Broncos athletics. And now, let's go to the field for today's game.
Back with you here at Duncan Field as we get set for game number 2, opening up the Great Plains Athletic Conference baseball season here this afternoon on a Friday. Tyson Dvornik, Marcus Metcalf with you. It has been a great day to be a Bronco so far. Let's go ahead and put the finishing touches on what could be a fantastic Friday. Hastings College, if you're just joining us here at 4:35 on a Friday evening, putting the first touches and getting off to a 1-0 start in Great Plains Athletic Conference play. A 4-3 victory over the Briarcliff Charges in game number 1. Now this baby scheduled for 9. Game number 2, we'll see if Hastings College can't get off to that perfect start in GPAC play. Speaking of perfect, it went just about every which way for the Hastings College women in Wichita in their round 1 victory over Friends. A complete 180, night and day difference between the first meeting earlier this season and now in the national tournament. The Hastings College women, Marcus, have punched their ticket to round number 2 as we get set for game number 2 here with the Broncos and the Chargers. Been a great day, Marcus. Let's go ahead and put the finishing touches. What do you say on a fantastic Friday for a Bronco?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It'd be fantastic. Well, you can get a sweep here today for the men on the baseball
and
side.
Kale Waldred grounding out to short to start off the ball game, and it's a quick out. Evan Chavez getting the start. He is a right-handed throwing junior from Lombeck, California. His battery mate at the catching position will be Caden Steen, and we'll go around and meet the rest of the Broncos as we roll. Waldred grounding out to short to start off the ball game, and it's a quick out. Evan Chavez getting the start. He is a right-handed throwing junior from Lombeck, California. His battery mate at the catching position will be Caden Steen, and we'll go around and meet the rest of the Broncos as we roll along and get into Game 2 action. Nico Saul, the first baseman from Game 1, comes in and immediately deposits one in between second and first, and so already the first hit of the ball game. And Briarcliff, hungry, Marcus here to start things off in game number 2. They are getting right after Chavez.
Absolutely, it's kind of 180, like you said, of Game 1. These guys come after. We haven't had a chance to go around the horn yet to talk about the defense for HC, but yeah, so far Briarcliff has put the bat to ball.
Cade Marquardt batting third here in this Briarcliff lineup. Batting fourth and cleaning things up will be the sophomore Wyatt Getman. He was used as a pinch hitter in Game 1. It's Deversey out in the left batting fifth. Schmid in center again batting sixth. Padilla at the hot corner batting seventh. Christensen and Kay, 8 and 9. And starting for Briarcliff will be Braden Ward. More on him in just a second as we continue to get underway. Foul ball here from the 3-hole hitter in Marquardt with a runner on and one down already here in game number 2. And Blinken, we've already gotten out and a base knock on the scoreboard, and now second base hit as Marquardt deposits this one between short and second. So 2 CNI singles, back-to-back base knocks here for the Chargers. And that'll bring up for the second time this afternoon Wyatt Getman, a young sophomore from Ralston, here to the plate as Chavez has gotten beat up a little bit early here. Chavez again doing the pitching here for the Broncos. It's Rojas and Valdez up the middle. Morrison and Martinez on the corners. Bruno, Faraday, and Martinez from left to right, respectively, as that one's in there for a strike here from the junior. So Chavez getting the start here in game number 2 for HC. 0-1 count, 2 base runners on, and here is a chopper foul off of the netting on the first base dugout. Again, newest upgrades here to Duncan Field. The netting around the dugouts for not only the protection of the fans around the stands, but now the players as well. As Chavez looks in to deal the 0-2. And that one freezing at the knees. Getman going down on strikes. Strikeout looking from Chavez. And there's 2 down and 2 out with Deversey heading to the plate. It wasn't uncommon back in my high school days, Legion days. Well, we would sit on the rail of the dugout, and I always thought that was kind of silly. I wore one time, and that was the last time I ever sat my butt on the rail. I was back well into the dugout and being protected by the bigger players around me. As this ball is heading towards the gap, it's going to drop out in left field. Here comes a play at the plate as a nice throw in from left field. A little bit of an awkward slide, but in there safely nonetheless. As Saul comes charging in from third. Bruno put it on the money, but not quite enough on it to get it to the catcher. And it'll be an RBI single for Devonsey. And 3 base hits here in the first inning for the Chargers. A little bit of a role reversal. Some barrels are getting found here in this Briarcliff offense. They matched Hastings College stride for stride in terms of the hit department. It was just Hastings College was able to cash in and get some clutch hitting in that first inning. Took advantage of an error in the 5th. And hung on to win that baby 4-3, but now Briarcliff has started out of the gates hot here, and the ball bounces right back to him. Tough play there from Steen, as there was only a momentary bobble. The runners were off on the play, but the throw was wide, and so both runners are going to advance.
He had him, too.
Oh, by far. If the throw was on, it would have been an easy out. Marquardt at third base, Devonsey at second. Schmid at the plate. Batting in that left-handed batter's box and looking at a strike. A 1-2 with 2 down. And a 1-0 HC advantage. Excuse me, Briarcliff advantage here in the first. It's the first time they've had the lead all afternoon here at Duncan Field. That one hit foul. And rolling out to the tracks. Yep. Chavez going to work on Schmid on the 1-2. Trying to strand the runners at second and third. Popped up out towards center field. This should be an easy play for Faraday. He camps out underneath it. And the Broncos are out of the jam. But Briarcliff bats are alive and well here in game number 2. They strike for 3 hits, scoring a run. And they take a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom half of the first inning. It's Bronco baseball this afternoon. Game number 2, bottom of the first when we come back. You are listening to Hastings College Sports exclusively on Extreme Sports.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Mary Lanning picks out people that are going to help support our mission and our values here at Mary Lanning. They want to recruit people that are continue to make us a strong organization and continue to provide that exceptional patient care.
There are people all around me constantly to support me in my personal life, but also in my career. People are always advocating for me to grow and to learn.
We're two sisters here that believe in Mary Lanning and the mission and values here, and we're going to continue to support this community for as long as we can.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
We do too here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Nebronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. 1-0 your score. Briar Cliff out on top of the Hastings College Broncos as we get set for the bottom half of the first inning for the Hastings College Broncos as we take a quick gander at the starting lineups, which are brought to you by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings, your trusted cleaning experts for homes and businesses. Leading off for the Broncos will be Tyler Rojas. Not a whole lot of lineup changes from HC from game 2 to 1. Morrison will hit second. It'll be Bruno hitting third, playing left field. Tristan Martinez cleaning things up, hitting fourth. Followed up by Diego Martinez hitting fifth. It's Steiner hitting sixth at the backstop position. Farady's out in center hitting seventh. Wheaton will bat eighth, hitting in the designated position or designated hitter spot, and Jace Valdez, the shortstop, rounding out the 9 here for Victor Rojas in game number 2, as it's Tyler Rojas back up to the plate. Tyler Rojas, a guy you want to get on because of what he's able to do. Marcus on the base paths, really creating some havoc with that speed. Like to get him on early, set the table here for the Bronco offense. As he takes a look at a pitch on the outside corner, that's a strike. Here from the home plate umpire. A 1-1 count now to T-Row. The dangerous Evan Morrison awaiting in the on-deck circle. He continued his hot hitting here at the friendly confines of Duncan Field with an RBI triple back in game number 1. Found out a play there from Rojas. And the 1-2 upcoming from Brendan Ward, who gets the start here for Briarcliff in game 2 as Rojas flies out to center. Let's go ahead and meet the rest of the Briarcliff defense. It's Ward pitching. Marquardt will still be wearing the gear back behind home plate. Saul continues to work over at first base. Padilla back at third. Christensen and Kay up the middle. And it'll be Deversey, Schmid, and Walrod from left to right, respectively, as the talented left-handed batter of Evan Morrison coming up to the plate. Swung on and missed, and a big hack there from Evan as he was going for the downs once again. That left-handed batter's box, that 405 sign, and that big white barn building that houses about 800 sandwiches. Well, he had a ball landed in that parking lot Tuesday night. His hot hitting has continued. The RBI triple today, and arguably one of the hottest hitters in the Great Plains Athletic Conference steps up to the plate to try to get something started here for HC. Here is the pitch. A little bit low. Marquardt trying to frame that one up. No dice from the home plate umpire. As Ward goes to work down 2-1 count, Morrison looking his chops a little bit with the hitter's count. Ward gets the sign and delivers. Came into the wheelhouse briefly, cut at the last moment, and flared foul from Evan Morrison. Samuel Bruno waiting in the on-deck circle for the Broncos. We're playing from behind now here in this ballgame. 3-run outburst in the bottom half of the first was basically all she needed for HC, as they were able to hang on and knock Briar Cliff 4-3. The freshman, Cooper Weber, getting the win. Brad working 2 innings of relief with the save. And albeit a little bit nervous up here in the press box, Briar Cliff was able to the third base, stranded there on the strikeout. New ball game here. Resets. Bottom of the first, payoff hit. 3-2 in there for a strike. And Morrison upside down K on the Morrison scorecard. That's bring up Samuel Bruno. So 7-9 here at 4:49 Friday evening. Bruno stepping in the batter's box. 4 degrees. We have reached our high today. That's it. 54 degrees, 73. Should be an absolutely gorgeous day at the park for Marcus tomorrow. And then it's all going to change come Sunday into Monday as Bruno squares around a bunt, pulls it back, but it's going to be a strike. Winds, nothing near the gale force winds we had yesterday at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. They have a relatively pleasant out of the west at 4 miles per hour. A light gust of 9 as Bruno absolutely puts a bolt into this one out into left field, backpedaling all the way back. If there was a warning track here, Dever C would have been on it for Briar Cliff, but albeit a loud out off the bat of Samuel Bruno for the third out here in the bottom of the first. We're through 1 here at Duncan. Briar Cliff has the 1-0 advantage. You're listening to Hastings College Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Bronco baseball rolling along here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. First pitch swinging as we start things off here in the top half of the second inning. Padilla, Rainin Padilla rocking one into right field. And Briar Cliff has another base runner. 4 base hits, all singles here for the Chargers in the first frame. And so that'll bring up Jake Christensen. Give Chuba his credit. He's pounding the strike zone, but the Briar Cliff bats are finding it and putting it where HC ain't, as they say. Scattered across 4 hits. 2 runners were stranded in the top half of the first. Briar Cliff was able to scratch across the run, manufactured in. Christensen looks at that one, wanted it, but pulls back. So that'll bring the count to 1-1. The 1-1 delivery here from Valdez. Christensen squares around a bunt. Valdez cleans it, fields it cleanly, but then forced to pull the First baseman off the bag. He's going to be safe. A bunt single as the throw pulls him off the bag. We'll see how that's scored on the scoreboard, as that will bring up Grayson Kay. You give it E1 in your book?
No, I think I'm going to give that. I think I'm going to give that baby a hit. I think he's going to beat it out anyway. I think they even gave him a hit too. The official scorers.
Yep, bunt single it is.
Another one on the way almost
for Christensen, and now Briarcliff says, let's use some of that HC medicine against him. Hastings College for years and years and years growing up was known as the small ball and fundamental team, and Briarcliff showing small ball here. High, popped up bunt. That wasn't executed well. Kay's not happy, slams the bat to the ground, and pops up the bunt attempt, and there's one down.
That's a big out for HC because Briarcliff, they are rolling right now with a small ball, clutch base hits. Now you get an out. The runners at first, second. Now you can get a double play and get yourself out of this thing with limited damage.
Walrod stepping back up to the plate. He started this game off with a ground ball onto second base. We take that. Roll it up. 5 hits for Briarcliff here in the first inning and a third. They lead it over Hastings College 1-0. Hastings College winners in game 1. Currently unblemished in GPAC play, albeit just opening up the season 7 innings ago. Here's the pitch from Valdez. Breaker breaks back in, but doesn't catch the plate. And that'll bring the count to 2-0. Chavez gets the sign here from Steiner. And misses outside. Caden Steen, a senior catcher from Washington. Puyallup, Washington. That's my best guess at that location.
So your guess is as good as mine.
There's a lot of vowels in there. Oh. Taking a look at 4 straight wide ones. Walrod's going to draw a walk, and the bases are loaded here in early trouble. Victor Rojas wants a chat here with Chavez, who has found a lot of barrels. 5 hits, again, 1 bunt single, and now a 4-pitch walk. And Rojas is going to try to stop the bleeding before it gets any worse.
Yeah, and you already got bodies warming up down there in the HC bullpen, so all hands on deck at this point right now. Now as you got bases loaded here in the top of the second inning with only 1 out.
So some words of encouragement here for Evan Chavez, and we'll see if he can't get her under control here and dance out of danger. We had a very similar situation back in the first game in an absolute clinic put on by Cooper Weber, the freshman, with runners at second and third and nobody out. He just went ahead and punched out 3 straight batters. It was so impressive, and that really was a big momentum spark for the Broncos at that point in that baseball game. Here's Chavez's pitch. Popped high and out of play. Saul, big first baseman, standing in there. 5th-year senior out of Omaha. Looks to have spent that entire 5th year in the weight room for Briarcliff. He has, he built like a power hitter.
Does he also play linebacker?
Oh, my goodness gracious. I would not want to meet him.
Big as a linebacker would be. Man.
Would not want to try to field a ground ball or a line drive hit by him. Here's Nico Saul in the 0-2. Nearly got the opportunity. If the netting wasn't there, it might have went right through the broadcast window. You were ready, though.
I was ready.
I saw the hands. Perfect placement. Learned a trick or two from Baker yesterday at third base coaching box. Yeah. Here's Chavez. Throws it low. And that's ball 1. A 1-2 here to Nico Saul.
thus far, Steen has really done a pretty good job behind the plate. There's been about 4 or 5 balls that have been in the dirt, or technically turf in this case. He's done a great job of stopping everything, not getting anything to the backstop.
Here's the 1-2. Saul flares this one out to left. Chasing after it's going to be Bruno. Bruno makes the catch, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly as it is deep enough to drive in the game's second run. It's going in to score for the Chargers is Padilla. Other 2 runners forced to stay at second and third, respectively, with Deversay.
No, but nice job there by Bruno to get that ball in quickly. Not able to make 2 runs. Two runners advance, and now you only have runners at first and second now for Briarcliff with 2 outs.
2 outs, 2 on, and Caden Marquardt stepping back up to the plate. Marquardt, a pretty quiet afternoon so far. Other than the single that he had back in the first inning, was quiet in game number 1. 1-0 count as Chavez tries to escape the bases loaded jam with limited damage. There's a foul ball out towards the parking lot.
Car windshield.
1-1. You got full coverage on that Honda?
I'm clear out there. I'm parked at my normal spot, clear at the very end.
You walked 2. Okay, here's Chavez. Ooh, pitch comes inside. Marquardt backs out of it. Yeah, I don't mind walking
to
the front entrance.
I don't either.
To keep foul balls away from Old Blue.
Yes, and I do have full coverage. I will say that.
Here's the 2-1. Delivery upstairs. One count now to Marquardt. Go ahead.
When I come to Duncan Field, I have 2 parking spots, the very, very end stall and the second very end stall. So that's my 2 parking spots I get, and one of them was open today. So that's why I like to get to the ballpark early.
Much rejoicing across the land. Here comes the 3-1 from Chavez. Oh, this is going to go right back up, and it's going to kick off of Chavez's foot, and I think we
could call a foul ball.
Are we going to have batter's interference? Or catcher's interference? Oh, that's a rough way to take catcher's interference, if that's indeed the call.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bat goes off of the glove of Steen, and you could hear the contact. And they are going to say batter's interference. So batter's interference keeps the bases loaded here.
Well, yeah.
Right?
No, it'd be catcher's interference. If it was batter interference, he'd be out.
Yeah, they did. They signaled out.
No, there's been already 2 outs. There's been 2 outs, so it's catcher's interference. He gets awarded first base. Yep. Catcher's interference.
Well, then that signal needs to not be so close to out.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. No, I agree with you. No, it was catcher's interference. Yeah, because if it was batters, it'd be out of the inning. So, yeah, but he does get award first base. So now base is loaded.
And now Victor Rojas coming in. Base is juiced.
No, I agree with you. I saw almost like the out call like you did, and I'm like, well, what do you do in that case? Well, it is going to be catcher's interference, but nonetheless, we're already on the next batter, and Coach Rojas, like you said, it's call timeout.
Calling timeout, and I genuinely believe we're probably in for a pitching change here.
And I believe we are. I think the umpire's signaled already. Let's see if I can get a number.
Yep.
Here he comes.
Victor Rojas going to take the ball here from your starter, Evan Chavez. Goes an inning and 2/3. It's a 2-0 game. Bases will be loaded. We'll tell you all about our new pitcher when we come back. You were listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Ben works at Runza, and he loves his teammates.
We got Rockstar Rachel, Johnny J-Town, and T-Money Terry in the house!
What's your nickname, Ben?
They call me Benst in the world.
Did you give yourself that?
Maybe.
Nickname or not, Runza makers stick together. Want to join the team? Apply today at runza.com/jobs or text Runza to 242424. Runza makes it all better.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and call it to go. Call it a foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field, 2-0. Briar Cliff out on top of the Hastings College Broncos. Then the Charger Bats have chased away Evan Chavez, who has worked just an inning and 2/3. He is responsible for all the runners on the base paths. And Cameron Severino will now come in relief. The junior from Wampet, California, just didn't have it today. So Cameron Severino from Spokane, Washington, also a junior, will come in and try to steady the ship here for the Broncos, who find themselves in a bit of a pickle, trailing 2-0 on the scoreboard. Have already surrendered 5 hits. They've committed an error, and the catcher's interference call that has put the runner over the first base bag. And now getting set for the Chargers will be Wyatt Getman. Wyatt Getman, the designated hitter, went down on strikes, the lone strikeout thrown by Evan Chavez here this afternoon in his short appearance. So back to the bullpen here for the Broncos. Only saw one pitching change, and that was just to bring in Severin to close it out in game number 1. Anytime you go to your bullpen, Marcus, in the second inning of play, it's high alert if you're a member of this pitching staff.
Yeah, bullpen, you're going to be busy for game number 2, and that's what you didn't want in game 2 of a 4-game series.
First pitch in there for a ball here from Severino, and that one's in at the knees for a strike. 1-1 count here to Getman. Getman had one load and plate appearance in game number 1, struck out. He struck out in his first appearance here in game 2. Like the trend if you're an HC fan. Here's a chopper to Hopper to Rojas. He flips it over to short in time for the out. And Severino comes in and strands the bases loaded for Briar Cliff. But the Chargers scratched across another run. They now lead it 2-0 over the Broncos. Bottom half of inning number 2 when we return. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Back with you at Duncan Field. Ty Stavronik, Marcus Metcalf with you. Bottom of the second. Broncos need some base runners and need to get some offense going. And an offensive outburst in the bottom half of the first in game number 1. 3 runs on 4 hits in that frame. And that's really been it for the offense so far today. It was pitching and defense from that point forward. Time to see this offense in motion as we get Tristan Martinez coming up to the plate. Martinez leading things off here for HC in the second frame. Again, Ward, Brendan Ward, the freshman from Denver, Colorado, pitching here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Throws the first pitch ball. Martinez at the plate. Martinez waiting in the on-deck circle as well. Here's a one-hopper to short. 6-3 put out as Kay fires over to Saul. And now It's Diego Martinez, the freshman from Channelview, Texas. As they put Martinez and Martinez back-to-back in the lineup. No, that doesn't screw me up when I'm moving across my line at all, Marcus.
No. No, luckily there's not a third one.
No, then you'd have a law firm on your hands, right?
Yes,
Martinez,
you would.
Martinez and Martinez. Here's the pitch.
That'd be
Outside
good.
corner, ball one.
That'd be a good fantasy team name, wouldn't it?
There you go. Diego Martinez. He had a base knock back in game number 1. See if we can't get something started here for the Broncos in the second frame. Swing on and missed. Slider on the outside corner. Just breaks across the plate. Brendan Ward. Big, tall freshman comes forward and delivers, and it's foul ball.
First ball to hit a light pole today. Come back in. How about that? So we got a souvenir. Luckily, I don't have one of those big gloves to go get it. It's right there.
That's what we need here in the press box, an oversized glove.
That'd be great.
Here's the pitch off speed. A one hopper. Shortstop fields it cleanly. Fires over to first. No problem. K to Saul. As Briarcliff cleaning things up defensively here in game number 2. Now it'll bring up Steiner to the plate. Caden Steen. The senior from Puyallup, Washington. And we'll see if Steiner can't get something going here for the Broncos. 2 down. As Ward is just going to work. We got a goose egg in that hit column, a goose egg in the run column. And unfortunately, an error or one in the error column. Been a tough line score to start off here, game number 2. But the Broncos have proven here at Duncan Field already. Just past Tuesday, when things are going a little bit sideways, this team can pull out of it. Just got to trust the process and attack every pitch. It's a 1-2 right now here to Steiner. Swung on and missed. 3 up, 3 down for the Broncos. As Steen goes down on strikes. And we will head to the top half of the third. Briarcliff out on top. Trying to spoil the fun here on a Friday night. They lead it 2-0 over HC. We're back with more Bronco baseball right after this.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back at Duncan Field on a Friday evening. Tyson Abronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. Top of the third. Briarcliff with a 2-0 advantage over the Hastings College Broncos. Briarcliff 2 runs on 5 hits. Took advantage of a Bronco defensive miscue as well. Meanwhile, it's all goose eggs for HC. Evan Chavez, our starter, chased after just an inning and a third. Cameron Severino got out of a bases-loaded jam. And now he'll set to face 5, 6, and 7 here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Again, in their blue and yellow jerseys with the gray pants. Shades of the AA affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays, Montgomery Biscuits. This is By the way, one of the most clever names for a minor league baseball team. I love some of the names that those minor league teams come up with.
I was about ready to say, doesn't the minor leagues have some of the greatest names ever?
The best, absolute best names in all of sports. It's an 0-1 here to Deversey. Deversey had a single and an RBI, and now has a hot shot right to third, and Martinez is there for a quick out number 1. That's why they call it the hot corner. He didn't even have to move. I think his glove was already in the ready position.
Yeah.
Sucked her right up like a Dyson vacuum. Here comes Schmid in to hit. Subtle plug, by the way, for Dyson vacuums. Damon Schmid. So far this afternoon, doubled in game number 1. He had a strikeout as well. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was going to say, I'll mention some of the names here in a minute. Next pitch is in there for a strike. I like the Angels AA, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
I got to love the Trash Pandas.
I love it. You got in the Hartford Yard Goats, Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Yard Goats are the Rockies, aren't they? Rockies affiliate?
Hartford Yard Goats, it's the Rockies. Yep, that's correct. Some of the names are just fantastic.
There's the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp in there.
Yep, Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
2-1.
I can go all day.
Here's the count. Pop up. Third base side, Martinez giving chase. He's going to be called off by the shortstop, and the Broncos got 2 outs. Valdez doing a nice job of calling off Martinez. As it's 5 o'clock rush hour for the Union Pacific as well. Second train counter here in game number 2.
That's the third overall this afternoon.
They were relatively quiet in game 1. This is one of those excessive ones that starts off in the middle of Burlington and just lays on the horn until they get out of town. Stepping up to the plate. Hit by the pitch. Briarcliff's going to have a base runner. When your third job is working downtown and you're right next to the train depot, it is the absolute most egregious sound you hear. As Jake Christensen coming up to the plate. Quiet zones, by the way, are now 7 years since approved and still being installed. More on that topic for another time, shall we? Ball in the dirt.
Get another stop by Steen. Another great stop.
Really, the only miscue, the catcher's interference call. And luckily for Steen, that didn't come back.
This sound is processed by StereoTool. Go to stereotool.com.
Run on that. The bases loaded. We're still stranded. So, yeah, I'm with you. There's a couple that have been low here, trying to change the eye level of the Briarcliff offense, and he's had a busy day, but a very productive day, keeping that ball right in front of him.
And it seemed like in the game too. Maybe it's just me, and maybe you can agree with me. I think at times, especially this game, these guys look like they're trying to overthrow it a little bit. A lot of these balls are going into the turf.
He's trying to force things a little. Yep. Takes a little off there and crosses the plate on the outside black. You can get into that kind of mentality from the pitchers. There's 2 different mindsets. And I think kind of the mindset with today's metrics, we'll get to it here in a second, is the ground ball third base side, 5-3 for the putout. And that'll put out the Chargers here in the top half of the third. I will get to my point in the third inning, shall we? As our coverage of Bronco baseball continues, 2-0 Briarcliff with the advantage. Bottom of the third coming up. You are listening to Bronco baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Welcome back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon. Hastings College trailing Briar Cliff early by the score of 2-0. Been all Briar Cliff offensively, 5 hits on the scoreboard, 2 runs scored. Hastings College still looking for their first hit of the ball game. We'll see if it can be here in inning number 3. It'll be Faraday, Guiden, and Valdez to start things off. 7, 8, 9 due up for HC. Point I wanted to make on the pitching. I used to tell a lot of pitchers that would get up there, and I think with the advanced metrics it's especially true. You know, nobody cares how hard you throw a ball forward, but everybody wants that velocity, and they want to ramp up that radar gun a little bit, and they're just out there trying to throw the cover off the baseball. My mentality was you wanted to go out and pitch. You wanted to be technical. You wanted to change eye levels, change speeds, and really have some fun with the batter. And I think those are two different really kind of mental approaches to taking the rock and going up on the rubber. As first pitch strike here to Faraday from Ward.
I mean, that's what you're kind of taught kind of growing up as a pitcher. You kind of learn how to change locations, change your speeds, learn locations.
You watched a heck of a lot of Greg Maddox. This is
yes.
what you did.
Yes, you did.
He was the master at it.
Yes.
As this one is chopped foul from Faraday.
He's not in the Hall of Fame for a reason.
Of course, I had the pleasure of watching the greats like Matt Morris and Chris Carpenter. Yep. Rest in peace, Darryl Kyle. Growing up in the mid-'90s as a Cardinals fan, some great pitching arms. What in the world has happened?
I mean, you saw a lot growing up. I mean,
Wainwright.
No different team, but like Pedro Martinez. I mean, you saw a lot growing up. Great pitchers.
Saw enough of him in that World Series where they beat us, so I
know.
care not to see him again. Oh, this one is not only off the first baseman's glove, it's also going to ricochet off Nate Williams. The first base umpire sliding in safely is going to be Faraday. The first place umpire is down. He took one right off the shin.
They're going to call it a foul ball?
There's no way.
Because
that was deflected off the glove at the first base bag, right?
Off the glove.
It went off the glove, and then it went off of the shin. And now he's pulling everybody back. They're going to say foul ball, and Victor Rojas wants to talk about it.
That's why I wish we had a replay monitor up here.
That ball had to have crossed right over the first base bag. But they're going to pull him back, and it's going to be a foul ball. Oh, no. Now the home plate umpire says, stay put. We're going to talk. So the home plate umpire and first base umpire are going to get together.
See if I can get my binoculars, see if I can read lips here.
What side of the bruise is your shin on, buddy?
Yeah.
Home plate umpire overturns him. And now Briar Cliff wants to talk with the home plate umpire.
Here we go.
And Corby McLaughlin is not seen eye to eye with the home plate umpire who was out in the field in the first game, and there was a couple calls where he had to have discussions with, and now the home plate umpire behind the plate has overruled the infield umpire. Rojas talking with him, wanting to get a little bit more explanation. Just clearing things up. They're going to award the second base bag when it's all said and done to Faraday, who's got some wheels, who comes in as a courtesy runner quite frequently. Could we make a decision and stand with it, please?
They're having another discussion.
My goodness. So back and away we go.
You got your taxes filed yet?
I've already filed an extension. I pay in, so it's not happening.
I'm getting with you. They're going to... Okay.
All clear.
Yep.
It's already barked. He's now going across the diamond at the infield umpire. You got to be careful here. Home plate umpire is going to turn around. And he is walking towards Corby McLaughlin. And I think the home plate umpire is going to get the final words in here.
Yep.
He has said his last piece, and I think if Corby McLaughlin knows what's good, that'll be his final words here of the afternoon, too.
Yep.
One more bark out of him, and he's Probably going to hit the hotels pretty early.
You need your manager. You need your coach. You need your team.
2-0. They got the lead.
Yes.
CC with the lead 2-0, but now can Hastings College capitalize on a topsy-turvy turn of events here from Duncan Field as Guyton comes up to the plate. Still bottom of the third. Runner aboard at second is Faraday after the single and then the overthrow at second base on a ricochet off a first baseman and a first base umpire was called fair. And so Faraday aboard at second here on a 1-1 count to Guyton. Carter, a junior from North Richland Hills, Texas. Brian Hoffman, city councilman, excuse me. Also, Sodbusters season ticket holder has made his way to Duncan Field. And now a full-on mound visit. I think just to try to settle the troops down coming up here from Corbin McLaughlin. I doubt a pitching change at this point in the juncture. Probably more of those stall tactics like we saw a little bit earlier, just to try to calm them down.
I think we've got an ejection. Base umpire came over there and pointed in the dugout and went like this to the dugout.
Might have just been moved back. So if you get out in the stairwell, they tend to move you back behind the screen. So,
well, he was actually pointing into the dugout. Well, we'll see. I shouldn't say that clearly, but he was writing down something in his scorebook. Nonetheless, we had a run on second, 2-1 count.
Yeah, tension's getting pretty high here at Duncan Field this afternoon. 2-1 count here to Guyton. Valdez awaiting in the on-deck circle. Still a lot of baseball to be played. It's just the bottom of the third, gang. But you get the feeling like this has bottom of the ninth drama attached to it.
Yeah, like we had no tension at all, and all of a sudden it's built up about 200% here in the last about 2 minutes.
And you tell that every run in this ballgame is going to be pretty important if they're fighting over him here in the third. Runner aboard at second. Nobody down. Here in the bottom half of the third, it's a 2-2. Faraday again with wheels dancing in and out. That one misses way upstairs on the pitcher Ward, who, the mentality of a pitcher, it's already hard enough to try to be in this zone and lock in for 27 batters, and then you have all of the events that have happened here in the course of the last 10 minutes as Guyton puts a charge into it and fires it into the gap. In between right and center, wheeling around is going to be Faraday. He's going to stand up easy, sliding in at second base, safe with a double. It's going to be Guyton. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Broncos, and the Broncos are on the board. 2-1, 8C trailing.
Man, what a perfect timing that was for 8C. Brings up Valdez now to the plate. Man, that's a way to start. I might fire up the screw now. See if we can get the bats going here. Valdez, if he can get on, get a base hit, tie this baby up, and then you bring up Rojas to the top of the order. Man, this 8C offense might be starting to roll.
Carter Guyton, second at bat of the day. Deposits in between right and center, and now a little small ball as Valdez squares around to bunt. And you're listening to Hastings College Broncos baseball here on Extreme Sports, the GPAC Sports Network. Tyson Ivronik, Marcus Metcalf with you. 2-1 game here in the third. Valdez squares around, lays one down. Sacrifice bunt is successful as Guyton moves over to third. So Carter at the third base bag, top of the order coming up. One down, and the runner 90 feet away.
Nice bunt, though. Nice job. Paid a bill. Moved his run over to third base. Now brings up Rojas to the plate.
T-Row stepping up to the plate. Rojas led off the game in game number one with some ambush tactics. Broncos set the stage from there as he was driven home from an RBI triple from the bat of Evan Morrison. And now it's going to be a bunt from Tyler Rojas who puts it down the line, and it's going to go foul. So rolling just foul.
Right idea, too.
And we'll set and get him going again.
I'm going to keep an eye on that first base dugout down there.
I'm thinking they're sending some guys down to the bullpen.
I think so.
I think they're a little full.
There was some guys down there earlier, so.
I think some activity is stirring in the Briarcliff pen. He's taking a look at the up and down the roster, seeing who's in the dugout and who needs to head towards the bullpen. Pitch on the outside corner, going to be called a ball. Here to Tyler Rojas. Rojas trying to lay down the sack bunt, rolls just foul. Runner at third is Guyton. Pitch upstairs, ball 2. Again, this inning has been wacky. It was Faraday with a shot off the first baseman, and then the ball was deflected off the first base umpire, rolled out into the outfield. It was originally ruled foul. They got together, overturned it. Well, that has turned into a RBI double for Carter Guyton, who was able to bring Faraday home. And now Guyton standing at the third base bag after a beautiful sacrifice bunt from Valdez in the top of the order up here for HC. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Broncos. And Tyler Rojas trying to tie it right back up. Throw back down to third, and just getting in safely is Carter Guyton. Good look from Marquardt. I don't think Guyton had any idea that was going to be coming back.
No, and that was a rocket.
That was a casual stroll back to the third base bag. Oh, and my goodness, Marquardt almost caught him napping. Payoff pitch upcoming. It's a 3-2. Here to T-Row. As Rojas sends it straight up the chute.
Might be deep enough.
Right field. Could be a bang-bang play. Here comes Guyton. The throw's on time, but they don't have the ball. Ball first. Ball pops out of the glove of Marquardt, and it's going to be a sac fly from Tyler Rojas. Throw was in time, but the ball pops out of the catcher's glove, and we are all tied up here in the third.
And they had him, too, at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
He was...
Throw beat him. Heck of a throw from Walred out and right.
Absolutely.
One hopper right into the catcher's glove, and it just popped out. Now Evan Morrison stepping up to the plate. Nobody better here for a little 2-out magic. But Morrison on the first pitch sends it straight into the atmosphere into center field, and it finally finds the glove of Schmid for the out. Well, that was wacky enough for you, wasn't it? Broncos find a way to tie it up here in the third. Exactly how you draw it up, I guess, from the coaching staff standpoint. We're all tied up at 2 nonetheless. Briarcliff and Hastings College here in the second half of our season opening doubleheader. You're listening to GPAC Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
pitching coach from the dugout. Runners will be going. Full count pitch. Chop. Foul. We'll do it again. Getman's put up pretty good at bat here. Keeping pitches, hitting at pitches, keeping them alive. Work the count. It's full. Runners again will be going on the pitch. Severino now puts toe to the rubber. The 3-2 offering. Runners go. Low, ball 4. Base is now juiced. Base is now juiced. Full of Chargers. And now, base is loaded, 2 outs. One swing of the bat. Briarcliff will retake the lead again, and that's going to Diverse now up to the plate here for Briarcliff. He's the ground out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. First pitch delivery going to be low, ball 1. If you're just joining us, HC won the first game 4-3 after the Briarcliff made it interesting, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. And HC was able to hold on for a 4-3 win. Next pitch delivery to Diversey is going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. 7-inning ball game in game number 1. This game's now going to be scheduled for 9. Tied at 2. Top of the 4th inning here at Duncan Field. Next pitch, swinging strike, 1-2. 1-2 now to Diversey. See if Severino can get himself out of this. The 1-2 offering. Pulled foul near the HC dugout. It's going to go down the line. Somebody's going to have to jog down and get that here in a minute. 2 runs from 2 hits for HC. 2 runs on 5 hits for Briarcliff. Each team with an error. The next pitch. Low and outside for a ball, 2-2. Nice stop there again by Steen as Victor Rojas now is going to be going out for a mound visit. Talk to his young pitcher and Severino and get him to calm down a little bit. As he's got bases loaded with 2 outs. 2-2 count, all 2s here in the top of the 4th. Quick little visit. I don't know if anybody else can hear that. I like the tunes they've been playing today. That's just me. Quick little visit. Reset here. So Diversey, he's going to be up 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Severino getting word from his dugout. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be fly out in the left center gap. Both players are running underneath of it. Anybody going to get there? Yes, it is. Going to be the left fielder. That's going to be Bruno for the third and final. What a long third out there for Briarcliff, but HC gets out of it. 2-2, nothing. No runners scored. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on, or 3 men left on base. We're through top of the 4th. 2-2, HC and Briarcliff tied at 2 as you're listening to exclusive coverage of Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sundays special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the weekend.
the HC Broncos. First is going to be Bruno up to the plate now for HC. Bruno flew out to left in his first back in the first inning. Bruno was 1 for 3 in the first game, but with a big triple there in the 5th inning for the Broncos. First pitch on the way from Ward. In there for a strike. 1-1, or 0-1, excuse me. See if Bruno can put a base runner on for the middle of the order. Next pitch, that's going to be in the parking lot. 0-2. If you're looking for some baseballs, you might as well check the parking lot right now, because I bet there's probably about 15 or so out there right now. But that's just me. 0-2 now to Bruno. The 0-2 delivery. Line, base hit left field for Bruno. He's on the stat sheet with a base hit here in the bottom of the 4th. Good timing there for Bruno. Put a second hit of the ball game. Or second hit of the afternoon, excuse me. Big single, and that's going to bring him now Tristan Martinez. Martinez was the 5-hole hitter in the first game. He was 1 for 3 in that ball game, as his only base hit was in the first inning was a single. And he flew out the center, and then he was right out to the second base. Going to get a bunt on the way. Nice bunt there for Martinez. Right down the third base line. He might beat it. Nope, it's going to be a force out. It's going to be a 5-3 decision on that one. But he does move the runner, does move Bruno over to second base. But nice job there by Tristan Martinez on the sac bunt to move Bruno over to second. That's going to bring up Diego Martinez. Martinez was a 7-hole hitter in the first game. He was 1 for 3 in that first ball game. He was 1 for 3 also with a single. Runner on second, and that's Bruno. 1 out for HC. First pitch in there to Bruno is in there for a strike, 0-1. Ward's done a pretty good job of handling this HC offense, because as much as potent as they were in game number 1, they've really dialed it back, and that's a good credit there to the Briarcliff defense. Second pitch, going to be back up there to Ward. He's going to pick off the second baseman. He bobbles it, throws it over in time to the first baseman, and now that's going to go over here to Saul. Nice job there by Christian to knock that ball down and make the play over there to first. So that's going to go down to the 4-3 there on Diego Martinez, and that's going to bring up Steen now to the plate for HC. It does move over Bruno to third. So now you got a runner on third now, but you only have 2 outs. Steen now to the plate. He started catching in the second game. He has struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, high and tight. 1-0. Bruno trying to get a good lead over there at third. Good secondary lead. See if hopefully the ball gets past the catcher here, Marquardt. The 1-0. Lined up the middle, base hit! That's going to score Bruno an RBI single there for Steen. And that gives the Broncos a 3-2 lead. That was a rope right back where it came from, just underneath the shortstop, and K goes in the center field. That's going to be a base hit, because we're going to have a courtesy run here for HC, and that's going to be Ben Richter now running over there for HC. That's smart idea. Get Steen back to dugout, get his catcher's gear back on. So Richter now going to run here for Steen. And the Broncos, like I said, has the lead. That's going to bring up Faraday now to the plate. Faraday didn't start game 1. He did come in courtesy run a couple times. He's a center fielder today. He is 1 for 1 already with a single and a run scored. First pitch offering is going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. 3-2, Broncos with the lead. 3 runs on 4 hits with an error. Briarcliff, 2 runs on 5 hits and an error. Pick-off play over to first. No really attempt there to tag him. Back easy is Richter over at first. Faraday back in the box. Ward on the mound. Another pick-off. Back easily is Richter. The 0-1 pitch to Faraday. Well outside, 1-1. Catcher had to come out of his stance to get that one. See if HC can put another crooked number up on the board like they did in inning number 3 and give their defense some run support. The delivery. Chop, just foul. It's going to go towards the Briarcliff bullpen area down there. But nope, it kicks off the fence. Nonetheless, it's foul ball. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. HC with a 3-2 lead. The delivery. That's going to be chopped, foul. It's going to go back behind me to my left. It's actually going to get towards the railroad tracks. We'll repeat it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ward on the mound for Briarcliff. Faraday at the plate. Almost gets Richter leading. Does get back in time. Almost caught Richter leading pretty good. Almost got him picked off. The 1-2 count, or 1-2 delivery here from Ward. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. That's going to be a strikeout. HC does get a run across. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left. We're through 4. Hastings 3, Briarcliff 2 as you're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports 2.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here from Duncan Field on Extreme Sports, Dyson Abronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. Marcus, thanks for filling in for the 4th inning of the broadcast as the Broncos have taken for the first time here in game number 2 the lead, a RBI single from the bat of Caden Steen. So the Broncos take the 3-2 advantage here as we get set for the top half of the 5th. HC and Briarcliff here this afternoon. Sometimes you are play-by-play broadcaster, and sometimes you are a on-the-fly computer repairman. So, whatever cape we're wearing today, here comes Schmid. Damon Schmid now to the plate here for Briarcliff. Pitches in there for a ball. That's why we bring 2.
Yep.
Bring 2 broadcasters just in case things go off the rails a little bit. Technology, isn't it great?
Yeah, that's great when it works at times, but that's all right.
1-0 here to Schmid. Schmid in there for a strike. I believe Cameron Severino still on the hill here for Hastings College. Worked himself out of a dangerous situation back in the top half of the 4th. And Schmid takes the 1-1 and sends it right back up the middle for a base knock. Cam Schmid, a single, and Briarcliff looking to get that lead right back. Raynon Padilla now coming up to the plate. Padilla's had a base knock here in this ball game. Schmid at the first base bag. And Severino, who has had to come in relief, is now under trouble again as this ball goes out to right field. The runner was off on the pitch, so Smead's going to go into third easy, and it's runners at the corners here for Briar Cliff. That is the second or third time, Marcus, that they've executed the hit and run to near perfection.
Yeah, that was perfectly timed. I mean, that you could have drove about 3 semis through the hole between the first and second base. No, that was perfectly timed. Yeah, that was about the second or third time, you're right, Tyson, that they've executed the hit and run pretty well. And I feel like with now runners on the corners, you might have a bunt coming here.
Jake Christensen now at the plate, nobody down. Bullpen now stirs into activity as many Broncos leave the comfy confines of the dugout and begin their walk along the left field foul line here. As mentioned, high alert. Severino had to come in for Evan Chavez on short notice. It was an inning and a third that Evan Chavez was able to work before he was chased away. Briar Cliff had ambush tactics early on. They put 2 runs up in 5 hits before we blinked. And Chavez was chased out. So now Cameron Severino has to navigate this minefield of runners at the corners and nobody down. And this is the bottom half of the order that's doing the damage. Christensen, the 8-hitter. Kay waiting in the on-deck circle. He's the 9-hitter, and then the lineup flips, so you got to get after these guys. Get me by a strike. Christensen taking all the way. Severino delivers. And once again, the runner's off on the pitch, and once again deposited into right field. And a mirror image of the Padilla at bat. Christensen delivers a single. Back-to-back-to-back singles. And runners are at the corners. This baby's all tied up at 3, and Briar Cliff is in danger of opening up the floodgates here, and got to assume that the bullpen is going to be called into action sooner than later. Mound visit upcoming here. Just the battery mates chatting. As Steiner goes out and talks to Cam Severino, try to calm him down. 8 hits. 3 runs scored here for Briar Cliff. I don't know. You were doing better. You know what? I'm superstitious. You want to go ahead and take the broadcast for the rest of the game? I come back for 1/2 inning, and all of a sudden it's tied up and a nightmare scenario is building.
Well, we can discuss that even further. I think we're going to have a pitching change. Coach Rojas is now coming to the mound.
All right, we'll see which one of us comes back for the broadcast to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-3, and Briar Cliff in danger of opening up a little more here in the bottom half of the 5th. More Bronco baseball when we return. A pitching change coming up as well. You're listening to Hastings College Baseball exclusively on Extreme Sports.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Aw, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Caught it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Well, the authorities voted in Press Box 3 during the commercial break, and I will go ahead and assume commentary duties. I want to give you a little breather. You're going to have a doubleheader back right here at Duncan Field tomorrow morning, 11:45 for the pregame show, noon first pitch with the Broncos and Chargers. They finish out this 4-game homestand GPAC season opener. New pitcher to tell you about, another freshman from Vegas, Cameron Dahlgren, coming in, a right-handed pitcher, reliever, also middle infielder here for this Hastings College Bronco squad. So Cameron Dahlgren, the third pitcher used, as the dice rolls just ran out for Cam Severino. He was able to dance out of danger back again in the fourth inning, but the fifth a little too much. Back-to-back singles, and it's been runners at the corners on two of those opportunities. And I think the biggest thing for me, Marcus, it was the bottom of the order that did it.
Yep, and that's where they come through, and it was not just back-to-back singles, but back-to-back times. They did it on hit and run.
Kay now steps up to the plate. Grayson Kay. Shortstop. Made a couple good-looking plays out in the defensive side of things. And now trying to break through for the Briarcliff offense. Knotted up at 3 here in the fifth. Again, this one's going to go 9 here this evening. The nightcap of our doubleheader. Broncos winning the first one in a 7-inning affair, 4-3. But Briarcliff looked like they had the momentum late, and maybe that, if you're a Bronco fan, glad that maybe ended when it did, because Briarcliff was coming. They came out of the gates and got the first 2 runs in this ball game, 2 runs on 5 hits. Hastings clawed back in the third and fourth, tied her up at 3, and now 3-3 here in the top of the fifth. Check swing and goes around. It'll be 1-2 here to the 9 hole. Top of the order coming up to bat for Briarcliff. Runners at the corners and nobody down here in the top half of the fifth inning. Dahlgren fires back to first. Nothing coming. Got to check on that. Briarcliff, they've ran 2 consecutive hit and runs to put the runners at the corners.
Yep.
Trying to keep the base runners where they're at. Victor Rojas talking about controlling chaos in the, or creating chaos in the pregame show. Briarcliff is putting all of the chaos here on Hastings College in this fifth inning. That one's in there for a strike at the knees, 2-2.
This is a big out right here for HC. If you get an out right here, either strikeout, ground out, whatever, save that runner from coming home, you can get double play. That'd be huge in this situation.
Pitch at the knees, doesn't get the call. Dahlgren thought he struck him out.
I did too.
We're going to have a walk around. This is where you take a little lap around the mound and collect your thoughts. You got to bounce back in and deliver a huge 3-2 pitch here. Things not going the Broncos' way here in the fifth, but we got a swing and a foul tip. That'll send Christensen back to the first base bag. He was off on the pitch on the 3-2.
We need a Connor Weber moment right now for HC. That's what we need.
Boy, he flexed in the first game. Or as the kids say, shoved.
Yeah. Whatever today's lingo is anymore.
3-2. The payoff pitch here in a 3-3 ball game. Big moments here in this one. Boy, you just got the feeling like ever since the third inning when Hastings College put across those 2 runs, that every at-bat has kind of had just a little weighted significance here in this baseball game. You feel like one of these teams is just waiting to get a breakthrough here. We're pointing inside the Hastings College dugout.
And a ball.
Baseball had rolled out to the field. I'm glad we got that taken care of. Throw back to first.
It was like a banana peel went out there. I don't want to slip on the banana peel.
Harmless ball that was laying up against the wall, but whatever. I get it.
Yep.
3-3, 3-2. And Kay pops this one high up towards the third base line, and this is going to go into the stands.
There's no effort from those fans down there. I'm disappointed.
Still early.
Still early.
Just the GPAC season opener. They're not in mid-season form yet.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to cool down, too, so it's...
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fans retreat for blankets and coats.
Yep.
We're still rocking shorts up here in the press box. Windows open. Runner's off on the pitch. It's going to miss low, and a walk to the 9-hitter to load the bases. So the bottom of the order, what do they do but come up and go single, single, single walk. 4 straight Briar Cliff batters have now reached. And now it's the top of the order. And for HC, this is, well, call it Kenny Loggins because we are officially in the danger zone.
Yes.
Walrod, steps up to the plate. Productive day here in game number 2. Singled in that 1-run first. Came across to score. And now steps up with the bases loaded. Third pitcher of the ball game, Cameron Dahlgren, the young freshman from Vegas, walking into a difficult situation. Bases loaded and nowhere to put the leadoff hitter here for Briar Cliff. That's in there for a strike. And it's 2-1.
Infield in now, too.
Yeah, you got to cut 4.
Yep.
Got to cut 4 on anything into the infield. You're coming home with it. That's first priority.
Yep.
Keep those runs off the board. As the pitch from Dahlgren can't clip the corner, and it's now 3-1. All of a sudden, the strikes and the ability to pound the zone has dissipated here. Pitch misses low, ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and a run's going to score here for Briar Cliff. And things go from bad to worse here for Cameron Dahlgren, as it's now 4-3. Bases loaded and still nobody out. And the big, powering first baseman here for Briar Cliff and Nico Saul stepping up to the plate. He had a ringer out to the gap. Back in the first. That one, it's closer to Runza than it is the actual train tracks.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm kind of hungry.
I know.
You want to do
I'm with you.
You want to do a little drive-through in the 6th and 7th inning?
Well, can we ask some of these HC student bodies come?
Come on. Batter hit. Another run scores.
So we didn't need.
Another hit batter.
And that's
single, walk, hit batter.
And that's all she wrote.
And that's going to do it for Dahlgren, who got his number called and will not register an inning. Will not register an out here for the Broncos. Victor Rojas says, I'll take the ball. Bullpen's going to be called into action when we come back here on the Extreme Sports Network. 5-3, Briar Cliff will have them loaded here on the top of the 5th when we come back. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Spring is finally here and it's blooming at Bob Sass Flowers. Shop our spring items featuring fresh tulips, beautiful mixed bouquets, and vibrant spring arrangements. Plus, spring home decor, silk stems to style your own space, and spring scented candles to make your home feel brand new. Refresh your space, surprise someone special, and celebrate the season of spring. We will also be having our spring sale March 16th through the 21st. We will have store-wide savings. Stop by Bob Sass Flowers, located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings, where spring is in full bloom, serving Hastings and the surrounding areas since 1955.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic reeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here on Extreme Sports, 5-3 ball game. New pitcher to tell you about is going to be a sophomore from Douglas County, Colorado, Anthony Piscatelli, coming in for HC. Rough outing for Cameron Dahlgren, who came in as the third reliever and just couldn't get anything going. A couple of hits, a couple walks, a hit batter. And boy, oh boy, it's bases loaded here for Briar Cliff with a 5-3 lead, and HC just trying to stop the bleeding and get out of the top half of the fifth. And if you wanted more salt to go into the wound, if this isn't tough enough to watch, you just peeked at the Nebraska basketball score in the Big Ten tournament. Had a funny feeling about Purdue, but that funny feeling is starting to resonate. Nebraska basketball, Marcus, trailing in that one.
Yeah, don't make it any better. My Kentucky Wildcats lost today to Florida by 8. So, yeah, if we want a little more salt in the wound, might as well.
What was the score?
71-63. That was the final score.
That's a final?
For Kentucky, Florida.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. For Nebraska, Purdue, 33-22, Purdue.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was in Kentucky mode. Cause that's
get out of that mode. Anthony Piscatelli coming in and can't get a strike call. Open this up a little, Blue. We're going to be here all night.
Well, there were some almost upsets today in the Big Ten tournament. We'll get back to that here in a little bit.
1-0. Ball popped up into the air, out to center field. Sacrifice fly. As Sell will easily drive the run in. Check that was Marquardt at the bat. Forgot Saul was hit by the pitch in the previous plate attempt. So Marquardt gets the sac fly. That'll bring up Wyatt Getman here to the plate. 1 down, but 2 still aboard here, and the Briar Cliff Chargers continue to threaten. 4 runs here in the inning.
Yeah, that was the 7th batter to come to the plate before they even recorded an out.
Yep. Feeling it.
Yep. Now you got to turn 2 here.
Need a spark.
Yep. Something.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 3's not a lot.
No.
Today it feels like a lot just based on the way that this game has been played, both in Game 1 and Game 2. Runs kind of at a premium. And right now, Briar Cliff is finding him in bunches here in the 5th. So Getman at the plate. As Piscatelli will go back to work. And here's a pop-up straight up the chute. We'll take that. Third baseman, Martinez, calling everybody off, makes the grab. See, I mean, just throw strikes. Good things are going to happen. Balls get put into play. Defense makes it behind you. But, boy, the strikes, they went away for a while.
Yep.
In this frame. Devin C. will head to the plate. Left fielder, a single. So far here in this one, he's got a base knocked to his tally. Stepping up, trying to deliver a big 2-out shot here for Briar Cliff. The Broncos desperately trying to race back into that home dugout. Feels like a good hot minute since we've had the bat in our hand.
Yeah.
Been a long top half of the 5th, gang.
Been 25 minutes.
Didn't know it was that long.
I've been timing it.
That's outrageous, actually.
It's been about 25 minutes. And it's 6:12 right now. Yeah, it's been exactly 25 minutes.
The marathon inning trying to come to a conclusion. Come on, Anthony. Fires in a strike on the outside corner. 1-1, 6-3 ball game. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 Briar Cliff error, 3 runs, 4 Bronco hits, and 1 HC error. Piscatelli. Foul down the right side.
Hey, quick other update really quick while we have a second. The number 3 team in the country, Michigan, the number 1 seed in the Big Ten, barely hangs on, beats Ohio State 71-67. So big-time win there for Michigan. And then Wisconsin upsets the 4 seed Illinois 91-88 in overtime.
It was setting up so well for us, but we got to take care of business.
Yes.
Right now we are not. We're a second-half team, though, right? Yeah. That's what we got to tell ourselves. 1-2, as this one is fouled back and out of play.
Yep. Still first half. Nebraska's now down only 9, 35-26.
The 1-2 upcoming here from Anthony Piscatelli. Three-hopper. Martinez his way. Fires across the diamond and in time, and the Broncos are out of the inning. But a big inning for Briar Cliff as they unload for 4. They retake the lead and extend it a little bit. 6-3. Chargers on top of the Broncos. Bottom of the 5th as our coverage of Bronco baseball continues here on Extreme Sports.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field in Hastings, Tyson Ronick and Marcus Metcalf with you. Hastings College trying to climb out of a 6-3 deficit after surrendering 4 runs on 3 hits in the top half of the 5th. And now for the Broncos, try to get things started, will be Carter Guyton. 1-1 as Ward continues to deal here for Briar Cliff. Guyton takes a look at one low, 2-1. Valdez waiting in the on-deck circle, and then it's top of the lineup. And high time for top of the lineup to get something going here in this game number 2. Saw a little bit of it in the bottom of the 3rd where the Broncos were able to tie the game back up at 2 runs apiece. They take the lead in the 3rd. And then the pitching just went away in that top half of the 5th for a brief moment. Another train.
Number 3.
Outside corner, froze him. Strike 3. Guyton goes down. It's a frustrating day all along. You did all that work to kind of climb back in the early stages. You retake the lead midway through, and you're thinking, okay, now Broncos have the momentum. Here we go. We're going to go 2-0. And just one bad inning can kind of unravel things.
And somebody let the hot air out of the balloon.
It really feels like it. I mean, you kind of look around the stands. There was a lot of excitement.
A lot of juice.
A lot of juice. That's a good way to describe it. As Valdez comes up to the plate. 2-hopper, shortstop side. Kay is going to throw this one away. And quick cover there by the catcher. Great heads-up play from the catcher to beat it down the line and back that baby up. That prevents Valdez from taking an extra back.
Do you rule that an error on the shortstop or third baseman? Because that ball was low and short.
Yeah, that's that E6.
Yeah,
all day.
I agree. Nonetheless, you still have a base runner on for each team.
If I'm playing first and you rule that an error on me, I am giving you a stern talking to after the game. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
Never got to experience first base. Was never really the height for it. They don't put a lot of 5'5" guys into the first base bag. Rojas heading to the plate.
They put us at second. That's what they did.
Second and the end of the bench for me.
They had me at second and short. That's where they put me. Mainly second. My shoulder was too bad after I was pitching to even play anywhere else.
The 1-0 here to Rojas.
Rojas been quiet today, 0 for 2. Go out to center and right. He had a base hit in the first game. Otherwise, that's the only hit he's had.
Had a base hit on the very first pitch.
Yeah.
And now swings through that one. It's 2-1. Yeah. T-Row, Tyler Rojas, sophomore from Arlington, Texas. Home of the Texas Rangers in Globe Life Field. 2-1.
Do you want to mention the Cowboys, too?
Nope.
I agree.
Ball gets away. Is that where Jerry World's at nowadays?
Arlington. Well, yeah, technically Arlington.
It spans about 4 cities, doesn't it? It's massive.
Yes.
That multi-billion-dollar investment was.
Well, Dallas, Fort Worth,
for
Arlington.
A team that hasn't won a playoff game. Nevertheless, Rojas at the plate. Outside corner, won't get the call. Tried to pull that back in. Nice little frame job there from Marquardt. About a 3-1 count coming up here to T-Row. Morrison awaiting the on-deck circle. Broncos trailing 6-3. Trying to get something started here with the top of the lineup. And Tyler Rojas puts a jolt into it, but it's going to peter out there in left field and turn into a can of corn for Deversey, who fires it back in. Again, more Bronco baseball coming your way tomorrow on Extreme Sports 2. 12 o'clock start, 11:45 for your pregame show. Marcus Metcalf will have the action here from press box number 3. Mike will be in Wichita, Kansas for the conclusion of the Kramer Quadrant in the National Basketball Tournament. Why can't they just do East and West and South and North like the rest of the universe?
I like Midwest, Southwest, East.
I have to recite names. Hastings College awaiting the winner of the second first round game from Kansas. Says this ball is going to be shot at the first baseman. He's going to be able to get back to the bag in time, and Morrison didn't think so. Going to be the third out of the inning, a foot race between the first baseman. A nice recovery from Saul as he's able to touch the bag in time to get Morrison and strand the Broncos without a run. 6-3 your score heading to the top of the 6th. The Chargers on top of Hastings College. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Bronick and Marcus Metcalf with you. 6-3, top of the sixth. Briarcliff out on top of the Hastings College Broncos. Hastings College has had to kind of have a Johnny Holstaff day here in game number 2. Their fourth pitcher, Anthony Piscatelli, stems back out to the mound as he will go to work here on the 6th hole in Damon Schmid.
Base hit right field. For Schmid, he's now 2 for 4. 2 singles. For Schmid, that brings up Padilla down to the plate.
Brandon Padilla, the senior from Arizona. He's got a couple singles here in this one. Harley Order doing some damage. 9 hits total here in the ballgame. But it was the walks and the hit batters that was really the unraveling in the 5th. And another throwback to first.
Yeah, in that case, when they were trying to bunt there and move those runners over, they seemed like they kept trying to get pitching away, and Briarcliff made them pay big time. That was a 4 spot in the 5th.
Padilla looks at one outside. Speaking of away, that misses away. 4-1. Christensen awaiting in the yellow deck circle. The young sophomore from Colorado, Anthony Piscatelli, on the mound here for Hastings College, trying to keep the Briarcliff Chargers within arm distance. This is going to be a fly ball to center field. There, he's there for the out. Just keep him in arm's reach. Yep. Make the comeback manageable.
Yeah, that's all you can do at this point. You know, try to find some rhythm. Like you did in the 3rd inning when you got some base hits and then some clutch bunts to move some runners over. That's what you need right now. Or you need that 1st inning magic of game 1. That's exactly what you need.
Christensen stepping up to the plate as it's back to the bottom of the order, but albeit at the bottom of the order that has been productive here for Briarcliff. They were the contributors to kind of set the table for the top of the order in the 4-run 5th. And that's what you want out of the bottom of the order. They came around, they set the table, top of the order took care of biz. And you're looking up at that 6-3 score line here in the 6th. Throw back, Piscatelli checks the runner back over to first. Christensen in the left-handed batter's box. Currently looking at 0-1. Another throw back to first. This is where I really side with Major League Baseball.
Oh, the pick-off situation?
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes set, fires forward, misses low.
One thing we can discuss this another time, but I think the pitch clock situation needs to be adjusted, in my opinion.
What, like 15 seconds? 10?
What? No, I mean, what is it? It's already 15 already. I think
it's 20.
Oh, it is 20?
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, enjoy the journey of all this, of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
For all of your professional, residential, and
For the Chargers, saw this far, he has had a single, flew out to the left, and then hit by a pitch twice today. Now he's back up to the plate for the 5th time, so he's officially 1 for 2. First pitch on the way to Saul is going to be high, ball 1. Briarcliff has 10 hits in the ballgame, 6 runs, he has 2 errors. Broncos have 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. The 1-0 offering here from Piscatelli. Way outside. That's going to be a ball, 2-0. Try to throw a curveball, and that thing never even broke. That thing stayed in the right-hander's batter's box. To the lefty, Saul. (2-0) from Anthony. Just missed, 3-0. If you're just joining us, Broncos took game 1, 4-3. Briarcliff made it interesting, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 7th of game number 1 with the tying run at third base that left him stranded. So the Broncos were able to get their first victory of the conference season. Now they're trailing 6-3 here in game 2. Next pitch, 4-pitch walk's going to be a ball. Now you're going to have runners on first and second now for Marquardt. Marquardt has a triple to his credit here today. So he went 1 for 4 or 1 for 3 in game number 1, and he is 1 for 3 in this contest as he reached base in the first inning with a single. Runners on first, second, no out here for Briarcliff. First pitch on the way to Marquardt to be inside for a ball.
10 hits, 6 runs, 2 errors for Briarcliff on the line score. 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 error for Hastings College. Nobody down and 2 aboard as Briarcliff threatens once again. I don't think, Marcus, it matters who's doing play-by-play.
Yeah.
We can't find the right connection here.
No. Nope, not at all.
2-0 count now to Marquardt. He's the 3-hole hitter. Getman waiting in the on-deck circle. As the pitch from Piscatelli comes in, and that's fouled. off the catcher.
If you're HC, now it's time you got to step up here, get yourself a couple double play, get some big key outs here.
Dribbler fouled off the plate. That'll even up the count at 2-2. Yeah, running out of outs to play with here if you're HC, down to your last 9 as we are in the top half of the 7th. Here from Duncan Field. Again, the Broncos winning the first game by the score of 4-3. Brilliance from freshman pitcher Cooper Weber. And a 3-run, 4-hit bottom of the first. And then the brakes just kind of got put on the offense. They only got 1 run in the rest of that first game. 3 runs on 4 hits here. Some battle back, some comeback. Broncos took the lead back in the bottom of the 4th. And the 4-run top of the 5th as Briar Cliff responded. And now the Chargers are in danger of getting some more insurance. Umpire wants more baseballs. We've had about 9,000 foul balls today.
Yeah.
You're right. There is plenty of money to be had for kids in the parking lot today.
Not to put the salt in the wound anymore as of right now, but...
Oh, don't tell me Nebraska's losing by worse.
17.
Good God.
48-31. 15 minutes left in here in the second half.
Day started off great. Hastings College women's basketball with a 40-point blowout win over Friends. Hastings College baseball ascending to the top of the Great Plains Athletic Conference standings. Everything was going along just fine, and all of a sudden...
Day turned sour.
Boy, just air gets sucked out of the balloon here at Duncan Field, and the Husker men can't get her together. Hopefully this doesn't set the stage for the whole entire weekend of sports.
And you got baseball playing right now, too.
Runners off on the pitch. Here's another wonderfully executed hit and run. Boy, that's been me and a broken record today as Briar Cliff adds on another. Both runners off on the pitch. The hit and run to perfection. Drops out in left field. And it's now a 7-3 Briar Cliff advantage. And that will spell the end for Anthony Piscatelli. Our 5th pitching change of the night coming up as Hastings College will go to the bullpen once again. Johnny Holstaff Day here at Duncan Field. 7-3 Chargers out on top by 4. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here at Duncan Field, new pitcher to tell you about. 6th pitcher of the ball game. Trevor Houston, a redshirt freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. A left-handed specialist who comes in with, again, more danger on the base paths. Bases, runners on the corners, nobody out. And an eerie similar situation, Marcus, to what we had to go through in the 4th, where just the strike zone shrinks up on you and there's nothing you can do. Everyone's kind of all in a funk in terms of the pitching staff today. We're looking for anybody to go out there and throw some strikes.
And I guarantee that's not what Coach Rojas wanted to do today either, especially you're only in game 2.
Yeah.
If you're game 4, okay, fine, you can live with it. You don't play for another 5 days. But you can't, I mean, that's just what he didn't want. He didn't want to blow up his bullpen already this early in the series, but it happens. It's baseball. I mean, that's the greatest thing about baseball, and it's the worst thing about baseball is you blow up your bullpen early in the contest. It's going to be a long haul from there. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Briar Cliff. It's going to be Brody Nardini, the sophomore out of Granger, Iowa.
Come on, guys. My scorebook's already messy enough. Here we go with a pinch hitter, Brody Nardini. This is not one to frame on the refrigerator in terms of, hey, look what I did. This is no art piece by any stretch of the imagination. Multiple pitcher changes, some walks, some hit batters, some pinch runners. This is scribbles now. Nardini deposits it in the gap. Another run's going to score here for Briar Cliff, make it 8-3. A 5-run lead, Marcus, that kind of in the ballpark feels like 15.
Yep. Now it is. I mean, first game, okay, maybe not. But this game now, it's pretty much just put salt in the wound even further. As Briar Cliff has really opened this baby up 8-3 now with a 2 spot here in the 7th.
That was Nardini, by the way, who was coming in.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just saying, Nardini, he's just put the salt in the wound even further now. That's now 12 hits for Briar Cliff.
12 hits, 8 runs. 2 Charger errors as Diversey comes up to the plate. Nobody down and 2 aboard here for the Chargers. Pitch coming outside. Ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say in a game like this? You're a coach. I mean, you've had probably situations like this. I mean, what do you say?
I say 7th inning stretch is coming up, and everybody better sing loud, "Take me out to the ball game." Let's get back to the fun aspect of baseball. Remember, baseball's a game, man.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day,
baseball's fun.
Go out there and have some fun. You know, if getting kicked down a little bit, feeling frustrated. Players and teammates in that dugout, they see you frustrated, and frustration is going to lead to more frustration. So you gotta keep the energy up somehow. I really believe that was kind of where I was such a role player. I say I went to the end of the bench a lot. I went to the end of the bench a lot to try to cheer up the teammates who came in and threw their gloves around and were cussing up a storm, and I'd be like, "Hey guys, relax. This is a game. We're having fun." As the pitch comes in there for a strike. Anything you can do to loosen him up.
And the one thing that HC hasn't done that they did do in game 1 was pound the zone. They then are in and around the zone. They thrown strikes here and there. That seemed like their command here in game 2, to me, hasn't been as solid as they were in game 1.
Straight back up the middle off of a glove. This is actually going to work out. Yeah. Slowed it down a little bit, just enough for a 4-6-3. 2 outs as that ricochets off of the glove. Goes right to Rojas. Slowed it down just enough to get it to Valdez. And just like that, the Broncos get 2 outs. So a little bounce goes your way. And let's add on to it, shall we?
Yeah. A 1-4-6-3 double play.
Yep.
Put that down your scorecard.
I already told you about this scorecard. Schmid. I didn't have room in the box for it. Schmid sends it out to right field. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Get up and stretch. Stretch time at Duncan. 8-3. Briar Cliff out on top. Bronco bats need to come alive. We'll have it for you right here as our Bronco baseball coverage continues on Extreme Sports.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Bronco baseball this afternoon here on the Extreme Sports Network. Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you here from Duncan Field. 8-3 your score. Broncos need to find some magic in the bats.
In a hurry. In a hurry.
Down to our last 9 outs for the Broncos. Looks like we'll have Joshrin Magne, the Toronto, Canada product. Pinch hitting for Steen at the catcher position.
Yep. He still has his shades on, too. That's funny.
Well, sometimes you got the glare.
Yeah. For the lights?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Magny.
Yeah.
Looking to lead things off for the Broncos. It's 6, 7, 8. Due up.
Yeah, he's a pretty big-sized kid, too.
Ward still in the ballgame. 6 innings, allowing 4 hits and 3 runs. All the runs not even earned as Magny pokes this one out to left field. Can of corn. 1 down. Broncos will now send up to the plate. Number 5, this is Faraday. Chris Faraday. Faraday trying to put the Briarcliff pitching staff into bullpen activated mode. Boy, if you could just get to Brendan Ward, I think that's really kind of the main thing right now. We haven't really made him feel uncomfortable in the last couple innings, and so as of right now, no bullpen activity. I mean, Coach likes what he's seeing.
I mean, he really hasn't sweated anything until only in the third inning.
They started some activity in the third, and the right field line has been quiet since.
I mean, other than that, he's really pitched a gem. Really. 3 runs, 4 hits, and you're leading 8-3?
Yeah, he didn't get help from his defense behind him either. The 2 errors.
Right.
I think of the 3 runs, only 2 of them are earned.
Yes.
And makes a difference. He's got a 2-2 count. Yep. Really humming through the bottom of the order here against this Hastings College lineup. Faraday going to need to do a little choke up and protect. He swings through it, and that's a strikeout. As Guyton will come up to the plate. He had an RBI double. One of 2 Broncos to register an RBI here this afternoon. Steen with the other. Steen has been replaced. He had a very active day behind home plate. After that 30-minute marathon inning, coach says, you know what, swap out the gear. You've been working your tail off.
Yep.
And it's a 1-0 here to Guyton. Train number 5, 4, 6,
I've lost count now at this point. I hate hearing that train, or it's another train, at 4:30 in the morning, about a half hour before my alarm goes off. God, that's happened twice to me this week.
See, and I'm the exact opposite. A tornado could go through my house, and I would still be sleeping. If my fan turns off at any point in the night, I am up.
Wow.
Immediately.
Really?
I know my fan just turned off, and something is amiss. Pitch right across the plate. Oh, boy. So maybe it's not all on the just ability to throw strikes. Maybe the strike zone has quite literally shrank.
Unless you're over the middle of the plate.
Boy, that disappeared. That was over the plate. Here's a 2-hopper to second base. Guyton's going to be gunned down, 4-3 put out. And that will put out the Broncos here in the 7th. That was quick. 8-3. Going to the top half of the 8th. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sundays special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the weekend.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Nevronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. Top of the 8th we go. Hastings College and Briarcliff. More Hastings College baseball coming your way tomorrow. Marcus Metcalf will have the calls for you here from Duncan Field. The games 3 and 4. Here with the Briarcliff Chargers. Noon start time, 11:45 with our pregame show. We'll have Bronco women's basketball coming your way as well on Extreme Sports 1 from the national tournament with Mikey in Wichita. New batter for Briarcliff. Nope, that's Brandon Padilla stepping up to the plate. I have more arrows and circles and highlights.
Got like a diagram going on over there?
This looks more like RIP to the man, but John Madden when he used to do his instant replays with the yellow highlighter.
Oh, the Telestrator.
The Telestrator.
Yes.
This is exactly what this scorebook looks like. Again, not one for the highlight reel.
At least you'll have a couple of water buckets, and you can have a baby bucket with it. I mean, he did that skit.
This is going to be file 13 at the end of this game. Yep. 1-2 count here to Padilla. I'm just using it right now to keep lineup straight.
Yep.
And sometimes that's even an adventure as Padilla rockets this one down the third base line. It's going to go foul.
Yeah.
7, 8, and 9 due up here for Briarcliff. Here in the top half of the 8th. Wings and delivers, and outside.
Well, then tomorrow, we got Bronco basketball, Bronco baseball, and then for Nebraska-wise, get the boys state basketball finals tomorrow. It's a busy day.
We have our opponent yet, by the way. You want to check on that on the NAIA site?
That's actually what I was getting ready to check on, actually.
You're learning.
Yeah.
I like this. 2-2. This ball is chopped foul. Once you start anticipating what I'm going to ask, then we've hit the stage where we've done enough games together.
We've done enough. I'm pretty much to that point.
Padilla at the 2-2. Sixth pitcher of the ball game. Trevor Houston going to work on him. Check swing and no swing. Come on, Nate. We're hungry. I'm tired.
We're ready to go home.
I think there was even a little hesitation from the first base umpire there.
Yeah.
He thought about it. He gave it a good look-see.
We do. It is. It's the 14 seed Texas A&M San Antonio.
Wow. One hopper to third. So, yeah, all that homework that Mike Will's done for the Oregon team.
Didn't you say you're calling it? Didn't you say you thought San Antonio could beat them? Didn't you call it? I thought you did.
I mean, I'll take credit for it if you're going to give it to me.
I thought you did. I mean,
I haven't.
That's been days ago, though. My brain's so wishy-washy.
Anybody can beat anybody in the NEIA National Tournament, and I believe that. You know, like I said, with seedings, with Hastings College being 11 seed, I think if you put eyeballs at any point on Hastings College women this season, you knew they weren't an 11 seed.
Yeah.
So anybody can get anybody. Texas A&M, San Antonio.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Texas San Antonio, which is a Division I school. This is Texas A&M San Antonio, the NAIA school. They're not the Roadrunners.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was the Roadrunners, then they'd really have a shot.
But you know what? What they say, there's a strike in their beauty. This is March. Anything can happen in March.
This March, we're playing baseball.
Yes.
A lot of times that doesn't happen in the early portion of the season.
Not in this part of it.
Even with home games that get scheduled here in the Midwest. As this ball is going to be rocketed into the gap and add hit number 13 here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Christensen is aboard via the single. And the inning will continue. That'll bring up Grayson Kay. And yes, if you're wondering at home for the phonetic spelling, I did actually just write the letter K.
No, you did not.
I did too.
Oh, man.
Told you this one wasn't one for the fridge. Grayson Kay in the batter's box with one down. As Trev goes to work, throws one on the outside corner. Houston misses for a ball. Home plate umpire has no dinner plans, apparently.
But going to high school, back to high school real quick. 3 classes are set now for the boys' state championships tomorrow for high school basketball. That ball just missed. My goodness. Three classes set already. 3 more getting ready to be set here later tonight.
Go ahead.
Busy day for high school basketball tomorrow. I will have that on my other computer in the background as just to have something on to look over during commercials.
What, this one?
Well, no, my other one. Ball
foul backing out.
We're not going to go there with that one.
That was an inside joke. 2-1 and one down.
I mean, I can if you want me to.
8 runs, 13 hits here for Briarcliff. Runner report at first. Hay at the plate. Trevor Houston. Firing away. Where'd that miss, sir?
I
mean, you can say nowhere. It's fine.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
Fooled me, Houdini. That one looked good. Trevor Houston, of course, you're in the exact same scenario as this ball is going to be a line drive out to the left field. And runners are going to be at second and third. It's a double stand up for Grayson Key. The exact same reason, Marcus, that Cooper was getting the calls in game 1 is why we're not getting the calls in game 2, because we haven't consistently thrown those strikes, and that zone's not going to expand unless you can consistently throw it in there, and it just hasn't been that consistent in game 2, so why would you get those calls?
No, why would you? I mean,
nope.
No, you haven't hit the zone like you did in game 1, and that's where Weber was just fantastic. He was pounding the zone. He was moving the zone around. He was pretty much dialed in his command. And in game 2, Hastings hasn't been. Let's be foul ball about number 35 to the parking lot. But yeah, 8 runs, 14 hits for Briarcliff, 2 errors, 3 runs, 4 hits. And 1 error for HC.
Infield's going to play in, and Cup 4 going to protect that run over there at the third base bag. This ball is popped up from the leadoff man, and not enough to advance Christensen. So Walrud flies out, and that's a big pop out.
Yep.
In this particular scenario, because this game, I mean, they could have put the nail in, so to speak. But now you're back to regular depth defense, albeit a big hitter coming up to the plate, Nico Saul. Saul looks at a strike. Nice little bender from Trevor Houston. 8-3 advantage here for Briarcliff. Pitch on the outside. Maybe. You don't like it.
No.
I can see it.
Oh, man.
I can see it in your eyes. Here's the pitch.
Jeez.
Nico. Same location. Same no call.
Oh, man.
At least he's consistent.
Yep. I'll give him that.
It's consistently tight.
And that's all you can ask for.
Not getting any less hungry up here, boss. Here's the pitch from, Nico Saul puts a charge into this one, going back at the right field wall, watching that one sail over the wall. And for the fourth time in 2 days, we have a home run at Duncan Field. Home run number 199, hit from Nico Saul. Straight between the 405 and 357 power alley. And a 3-run shot has now put Briarcliff out on top 11-3.
So right now, if you're listening, you're at Big Dally's Deli, you might as well go right across the street there, into the street right there, and pick yourself up a souvenir if you like.
Yeah, that one's that's probably rolling into the front parking lot there.
Yeah, either not in the street, one of the two. Either way, that was gone. That was gone.
Right fielder turns his head. He was staring back at the wall, and that's all you needed to know about that one.
Yeah.
Nico Saul served his dish and ate it too.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. 11-3.
Much a difference a game makes.
Yep, 4-3 winner for the Broncos in the game one, and literally, looked great. Every aspect. A little shaky in the seventh, but the bullpen shut the door, right? You get that little 1-2 punch, that's all you needed, the 3 runs in the first, and boy, you're right. What a difference a game makes. 30 minutes later, Briarcliff leads 11-3. 3-run shot here in the top half of the 8th has widened the lead. It's the Chargers 11, the Broncos 3. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Evronik and Marcus Metcalf with you here on Extreme Sports. New pitcher to tell you about as we get set for the bottom half of the 8th inning from Fargo, North Dakota. Our pitcher, Zach Lamont, a junior, right-handed thrower, as the Chargers extended the lead to 11-3 in the top half, thanks to a 3-run shot off the bat of Nico Saul. And this game continues to unravel here for HC, and I have a feeling that we're going to dive into the depth chart and see what we've got. Going to be a depth chart game from here on out.
Yep.
And we'll start with Levi Fletcher, the junior utility hitter from Hutto, Texas.
No relation to Erwin Fletcher. If anybody gets that joke, I'll be proud of you.
Yeah, I missed it.
You ever seen the movie Fletch with Chevy Chase? As he's a newspaper reporter?
Nope.
Okay. His name was Erwin Fletcher. Anybody gets that joke. I know some do that are listening. If my dad's listening, he'll definitely get that joke.
Movie trivia. There we go.
Yes, it is.
Get a little bit of everything here with the Bronco baseball broadcast as...
Well, with us two doing it.
Right-handed flamethrower from Fargo, Zach Lamont goes to work. This is a program game now.
Yes, it is.
We've abandoned the score sheet. Call it like we see it.
Yep.
.30. And Fletch works a walk. Coming in and drawing 4 straight wide ones. So Broncos have a base runner here in the bottom of the 8th. Now they're going to bring up Ben Richter, senior from Eaton, Colorado. Tough part is, Mark, you got to turn around and you got to play tomorrow. I mean, and you got to flush. The beautiful thing about baseball is it does give you ability. Like, oops, that was a bummer, right? Like we dropped that game. We didn't play very well. Pitching was off. Couldn't find a way to get into the hit column. You're playing less than 24 hours later, right back here on this home field. It is the quickest way to flush things out of your memory and give Briarcliff all the credit for doing that.
Yep.
They fall 4-3 here to Hastings College in the first game. A game where their offense just did not produce. And we read all about it in the GPAC previews on how good this Briarcliff offense could be. And they were anticipated to be one of the higher producing offensive outfits in the GPAC. Game 2, you see it. 14 hits, 11 runs. Got a little help from the HC pitching staff as well, but you can't take it away. You can't say, oh, we just didn't throw strikes and there was that one bad inning. No, they followed it up with a good inning in the 7th and a good inning in the 8th. It's a good-looking baseball team. And I think HC's got one because they played with them in the first game. So anybody can play with anybody, and now you get to flush this baby out and go right back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the beauty of baseball.
That's the message.
Yeah, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of baseball. First, next pitch, foul away. No, that's the beauty because you're only in game 2 of a 4-game series.
Yep.
That's the best thing about baseball. You can live for another day. There's another day, and tomorrow you can come out and just do what they just did to you tomorrow. That's the beauty about baseball.
Yeah, keep in mind, it is just the opener for conference play, so plenty of GPAC season yet to come here on the Extreme Sports Network.
I think you play, 20-some conference games, so this is only game number 2. So,
check back in, throw over to first. Briarcliff. 8-run advantage here on the Broncos, bottom of the 8th. Broncos still going to fight to the last out. Pitch in there at the knees on Richter, and that'll ring him up. A frustrated bunch.
Yep.
Heading back to the dugout. I mean, body language says a lot, too.
Since the 5th inning.
Yep.
Since the 5th inning, when Briarcliff put up that 4 spot, it seemed like you said, it took the air, it took the wind out of the sail, it took the air out of the balloon, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be a base hit, rope to left field.
This is a good opportunity for these guys that aren't going to make the everyday lineup.
Yep.
To show Coach Rojas, what they have.
Yep.
Right? Like, I mean, here's your shot. We haven't put all the pieces together for this lineup yet. Your number gets called. Your expectations is to show up and perform. And you see the great at-bat there from Searcy. First pitch swinging. He knew he was going to get a get-me-by fastball, and he deposited it out to left field. Couldn't think of a better at-bat for Searcy than that. Now it's Nick Detterding, the junior from Enid, Oklahoma, stepping up to the plate. All the starters coming out here of this ball game, except for Tristan Martinez, who is swinging in the on-deck circle.
I mean, yeah, that's the only positive really out of this game for HC. You're going to get some guys who don't get to play that often and just put them in the lineup. And like you said, show Coach Rojas what you're made of.
Nothing like real game scenario.
Yeah.
So Nick Detterding at the plate. He's got 2 on, 1 down. For Hastings College, anything but a ground ball. As the pitch, jumper, third base side's going to roll foul. Who's finding all those foul balls, by the way?
No clue. No clue. I guarantee if we went
somehow they're still making their way back into the ballpark. There has been about 600 fouls out of play. As we wait here for a 1-2. That's a rough estimate. Don't take me for verbatim.
Feels like 600.
Pitch breaks in there. Ball.
Heck, you might have a couple underneath your car. You don't know. Maybe.
I park a little more strategically. Like, you have to... It's not going to come in hot, basically.
No, I'm just saying it might roll underneath to your car.
You go right underneath the concourse. And we're going to have a hit batter here as Nick Detterding is going to wear one on 2 strikes. The junior from Fargo comes in, and Zach Lamont hits Detterding. So Broncos have the bases loaded. And Dylan Wims coming up to the plate. The junior from Ohio. As Detterding will put on the sliding pads. I wonder what's coming out of the oven.
Food sounds good.
Maybe that's it. I'm just so hungry I thought they were oven mitts for a second.
Well,
slider in, breaks at the knees. Strike 1.
Well, technically those are oven mitts, so... Well, it's starting to get chilly out there too, Tyson. I mean, they might have some hand warmers in those things too.
Swung on and missed. Dylan Wims at the plate, facing an 0-2. This game started at 4:35.
Going on 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Wims striking out. That'll bring up Jared Delgado now to the plate.
Yeah, Delgado, he started game 1. He batted in the 8-hole. He was technically 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch and a fly out to a hard shot line out to the first baseman.
Pitch in there for a ball. It dances low and outside. Boy, you don't realize it. If you've watched major leagues in the last 2 years, and that's kind of been, other than Husker baseball, your MO, you don't realize the pace of play. Delgado is going to single and drive in a couple runs, and it's now 11-5. Delgado picks up 2 RBIs. And the Broncos showing some late life here. Down to their last 4 outs. No time like the present. No run rule now in effect, and we'll play on.
Nothing like to keep us more at the ballpark. Do they? I think they heard us talking up
We're
there.
having fun. We're having a great time.
Yeah, we're having a great time. Just a little hungry. A little hangry.
Don't get hangry on me now. Pack a lunch for tomorrow?
I'm probably going to. Well, I'll probably eat a lunch and then probably pack a late lunch or an early supper for tomorrow. That's probably what I'll do.
Joshin Magne, the junior from Toronto, Canada, at the plate. Magne looks at a pitch at the knees for a ball. Waiting in the on-deck circle is Chris Faraday here for the Broncos. Oh, my goodness. A broken bat, aluminum bat, And it's going to be an out at first. That's all they needed. No need to turn the double play. There was 2 outs on the play. But a busted aluminum bat. But you don't see that very often. On any other day, that might seem strange. 2 runs come across for the Broncos. Still trail it big here to Briar Cliff. 11-5 as we head to the 9th. Chargers in front by 6.
Looking for the place in Hastings where people go for great food and good times? Head to Bullseye's Sports Bar and Grill. For more than 25 years, Bullseye's has been a Hastings institution, the spot where friends gather, games are watched, and memories are made. And every night of the week brings a can't-miss special. Tuesday features the pork ribeye. Wednesday is legendary wing night, crispy, saucy, and downright delicious. Thursday is the chicken buffet. Come hungry. Friday is pick your protein with your entree cooked to order plus all-you-can-eat sides and the salad bar. And Saturday wraps it up with steak specials. Great food, great atmosphere, and a Hastings tradition for more than a quarter century. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd and Hastings.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Dynasty Veronica Marcus Metcalf with you back here at Duncan Field. 11-5, 6-run Briar Cliff Chargers lead, and we play on here to the 9th inning. Game time, dead on at 3 hours. Briar Cliff heading to the plate. Brody Nardini stepping up. And it has felt every bit as long for the Bronco faithful. Just frustrating day, to be told. Give a lot of credit, tip the cap to the Briar Cliff offense. They have put up 14 hits and 11 runs. The Broncos have had some pitching issues. Really just one bad inning where things unraveled. Walks and a couple hit batters. And I think there was the 4 runs on just the 3 hits in that frame. But after that, it's been all Briar Cliff bats, including a big swing
It was by Saul.
Yep.
Saul and between right center, right down the street there in Dowley's parking lot. What a shot. Right fielder took about 3 steps, okay, that baby's gone. Next pitch is inside for a ball.
2-1 count here.
And not to make the wound any deeper, but Nebraska's down 20, so it's pretty much over. 3 minutes to go.
So it's pretty much over. I love that. So it's pretty much over. You might as well just, stop caring.
I do. Nebraska's, really quick, Nebraska's 9 for 27 from 3. They're only 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Purdue's went to the line 14 times. Nebraska's turned the ball over 10 times. Purdue has 26 points in the paint. So
onwards and upwards. We got a tournament to look forward to, a bigger tournament.
Yep.
I care more about the big and shiny trophy in April than I do in the one in early March.
What about the $10,000 bracket challenge? How about that? Are we looking forward to that too?
It's probably coming out of my salary, so I doubt it. That's still 1.2 quintillion chance to get 60 correct. Strike 3, sit down. As
I've had a perfect.
This is just a mess here. Hang on. Brody Nardini goes down on strikes. Easton Wheeler now stepping up to the plate, the junior outfielder from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Yeah, 60 would be tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to say my best bracket ever. I probably got 15 wrong. And it was still a pretty good bracket because I had all the Final Four in. So, I mean, as long as you got that going for you.
Yeah, I had a perfect Sweet 16 one year where I only, out of all those games leading up to the Sweet 16, I only missed one.
Show off.
That's one time.
Show off.
And then I got half of the Final Four right. So
Easton Wheeler takes a look at his strike at the knees. Yeah, we all know how my bracket was last year. That was well advertised here on this station.
Are you going to name your bracket page 3?
Probably.
That'd be great.
I think probably a lot of people are going to name their brackets page 3 just out of spite.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I have no doubt about that. I know the listeners on this show.
Yeah.
I know our clientele. I know who we serve. And I know they love making fun of me. So 1-2 here to Easton Wheeler. Yeah, bracket was on page 3 of the leaderboard last year. The only problem was there was only 3 pages.
Yeah.
And only one name on page 3. It wasn't very good.
It was fun, though.
I'm glad you had a good time. Jake Porras pitching here for the Broncos, the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina. I think I might have forgotten to mention the pitching change at the top of the inning. Porras throws it in there for a strike, but it's going to be called a ball because why not?
We got to keep it the same.
Just joking.
Oh, I know.
That might have missed, actually.
Yeah, I know. Feels that way. Game's going on.
This point in the ball game, isn't it, Marcus?
Pretty much.
1-2. Swinging strike. He's going to go down.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, I pretty much closed my scorebook at this point. I'm no longer keeping. I've kept score all the way through the 8th inning.
Hey, I'm impressed with you. You lasted till the 8th. Mine turned into a hurricane in the 6th. So, Clayton Lewitt, a senior from Underwood, Iowa. Well, these roster sizes are just massive.
Oh, I know.
Speaking of page 3, got to go to page 3 of the Briar Cliff roster.
All right. Both of them. Both rosters.
That's good. Good for the game.
Good. No, that's good.
Love to have depth and numbers and fresh arms to throw out, especially on a day like today. Use a lot of them. 7 pitchers, I believe, in total for the Broncos.
You'd probably like to have that on the Major League side with your Cardinals. Depth and...
What was that about salt?
I know.
Come on, man.
Well, I'm going through the same thing, so...
I can tell you for a fact that the new variation of MLB The Show, the video game, is not realistic because I won a game with the Cardinals last night. That's how I know the realism factor is dialed down a skosh.
And, yeah, I'll say, and I'll go with football side of thing, I'll just say I need some depth and players and...
anything.
Front office, owner. I'll say it. I need a new owner.
The whole thing for the New York Jets. Here's the 2-1s. One on and missed. Count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for number 22. Deuces all around. Clayton Lewitt at the plate. Cardinals' lone bright spot. I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
J.J. Weatherholt. Remember the name. He is going to be a phenomenal baseball player.
All right.
I have seen him in spring training, and I've seen enough. I've seen all I need.
What does he play?
It's going to be the shortstop. Going to probably get some time over at third.
Okay.
Gorman, Wynn, and J.J. Weatherholt. And J.J. Weatherholt might be the best of the bunch.
All right.
3-2 payoff pitch. Here to double deuce. Oh, my goodness. He fouled that off, and it went back and nearly knocked him on the forehead.
I think it did.
It just maybe clipped the
bill
of the cap. I think he scared himself more than... it hit him. Yeah. That ball bounced right back up, and Clayton Lewitt steps back up. You're still going to help me tear down this stuff.
I definitely am.
You're clearing your
I'm
runway.
just trying to clear my runway so that we get time to clear your runway, and then...
Lewis pops up first base side, staying with it, and making the out in foul territory is HC. 11-5, going to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for romance for the Broncos. Trailing by 6. Rally caps if you got them. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back with you at Duncan Field. Tyson Abronic, Marcus Metcalf here on Extreme Sports. Saturday, more Bronco baseball for you on Extreme Sports 2. Marcus Metcalf will have the action right back here from Press Box 3 in the friendly confines of Duncan Field. Meanwhile, Mike Will down in Wichita with the Hastings College women as they get set to take on in a 11 versus 14 seed battle. Yeah. It's March, baby. Texas A&M Texas A&M San Antonio. Man, there's a lot of Texas schools. 1-1 here as we face Chris Faraday. Chris Faraday, a senior outfielder from Phoenix, Arizona, going to work on the pitcher whose name eludes me for the moment, Lamont. Here's the 1-2. I've done a lot of baseball, Marcus. I haven't had a lot of games that have turned into roster searching.
Yeah. Well, we've done a lot of sports the last couple of days, so.
Here's Lamont. Fires. Swung on and missed. And that's a strikeout for Faraday. And that'll bring up Carter Guyton. Guyton, the junior from Texas. Broncos 2 outs away from falling to 1-1 on the season. Briarcliff trying to split today's doubleheader. More doubleheader action for you tomorrow. Again, noon with our first pitch, 11:45 pregame show. Marcus Metcalf riding solo.
Yes, I am.
You need no more advice from me. You got it.
No, I don't.
You're fine.
I've done enough.
You're fine.
Oh yeah.
Here's the 1-1. Guyton.
Even though it's fun.
Fouls it off the plate.
Even though it is fun to have a broadcast
Baseball
partner.
needs to.
It does.
Baseball needs to because it's hard to tell a story to yourself.
It is.
No one, I've had practice telling stories to myself. It's one of those things I kind of talk out loud.
Yeah. Well, that's where you can't. In baseball, you can. You can have time to tell a little story or two here and there. That's what's great about baseball.
Had plenty of stories today. 7 pitching changes and an 11-5 scoreline. Yeah, we had we went way back to the early days of Duncan Field and chasing foul balls for Airhead Candy Concessions. Here's the 2-2 to Guyton. In there for a strike 3, didn't offer. Down on strikes he goes. And that will bring up Levi Fletcher. Fletch, the junior from Hutto, Texas. Last chance here for the Broncos in the in the 9th.
And to top it off, we witnessed a home run today.
It went a long way, too.
Yes, it did. I don't think it's landed yet.
A home run today off the bat of the power-hitting first baseman for Briarcliff in Nico Saul. And got out in a hurry. Right in between the 367 and 405. So by my estimation on StatCast, which I don't have in front of me, it went about 421 feet before it landed.
Yeah.
Rough estimate.
I think it landed in the street. It landed in the street.
I wouldn't go that far.
Really?
Nope.
Well, from the street?
The sidewalk is a lot longer than you think.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's the 3-0. Make it 3-1.
Now, down the line, 367, you might. Maybe.
Well, it doesn't change the dimension of the sidewalk.
Well, no, but I'm just saying it's closer.
3-1, I understand. Shortest distance between two places is a straight line, right?
Yep.
There's a ball 4, and Fletch is going to walk. And that'll bring up Ben Richter now to the plate here for the Broncos.
Still, it was a moon ball. We'll still say.
Oh, it was an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Yep. That ball can not go meet my parents because it got tattooed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many other ways you can say it, man. We're gonna
Richter.
keep it clean on this show.
What? Richter with a one-hopper fielded by the shortstop, fires over in time, and this baby is put to bed. Broncos drop the second one by the score of 11-5, winning the first game of the doubleheader by the score of 4-3, and just ran out of pitching, and the Briarcliff offense was lights out this afternoon here in the nightcap. Winners again by the score of 11-5. To put a summary on it, it was brilliant pitching in the first from Cooper Weber. The young freshman came in and absolutely dazzled his way. 5 brilliant innings of ball, and Brody Severin coming in for the 2-inning save as the Broncos hang on to win 4-3. Again, Briarcliff getting the go-ahead run at third base. The tying run at third base, but unable to cash it in and extend the game. Hastings College in the second game just didn't have it. Their starter going in the inning in the third. Really a Johnny Holstaff day. 8 different pitchers used, and a frustrating day for all told as the Broncos fall here in game number 2. So that'll put the finishing touches on a long day at Duncan Field. Started off at around high noon and wrapping up at around 8 p.m. this evening as this game has come to a close. For my broadcast partner who has been with me every minute of this afternoon, Marcus Metcalf, our sports director, Mike Will, our AAT man who worked overtime today, Shaner, I'm Tyson Vronick, wishing you a very pleasant good evening. We'll be back with more Bronco baseball tomorrow at noon, 11:45 with the pregame show for games 3 and 4. Bronco women against Texas A&M San Antonio from the Kramer Quadrant in Wichita. That'll be on Extreme Sports 1. Check our socials for all the details. Extreme Sports. Have a good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Hastings College Baseball on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. A high wind watch begins at 7 a.m. Sunday and continues until 9 p.m. Sunday night. Mainly clear skies tonight with lows around 33. Southeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 73. Mixed precipitation possible at times. Tomorrow night, 27. Cloudy skies expected. Turning much cooler Sunday and Monday with highs from the low 30s to the mid 30s.
Since 1946, Cully Pipe and Steel continues to meet the pipe and steel needs of Greater Nebraska and Kansas. Cully Pipe and Steel is a one-stop shop for all of your pipe and steel needs. Cully Pipe and Steel stocks a wide variety of steel and plumbing products, from custom steel products to structural steel, rebar fabrication, steel fabrications, and retail and wholesale plumbing parts and fixtures. Remember, Cully Pipe and Steel of Hastings. They're located at 405 West South Street and the plumbing showroom at 300 South Colorado in Hastings.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now has a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 sports talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
At Midwest Farm Management, often the most challenging decision to our clients is what to do with a family farm. We've been helping answer this question since the 1970s. Our company is focused on working with tenants that are good stewards of the family farm while offering excellent returns to our owners. Our services include, but are not limited to, detailed financial and field reports, grain marketing, crop insurance, and finding and executing a lease agreement that best fits your farm. Give us a call today at 402-463-1110 or find us on the web at MidwestFarmManagement.com.
Did you know that one of the most important financial protections that you can provide for your family is to have a will? Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island can help you provide and make your last wishes known when your family is at its most vulnerable time. Call Stellick Law Firm today to get your estate plan completed. Stellick Law Firm is located in Grand Island, and you may call us at 308-675-4035 to get your estate plan started today. Stellick Law Firm. Let us be your voice.
Trade, whatever it may be, Washington is going to be a team that's going to contend to win the NFC East. Because if Daniel's in the backfield and he's got Jeremiah Love there to run that read option offense, I don't know how teams are going to defend that.
Cashing out Saturday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN Primetime on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Got a good one brewing in Kansas City. Arizona has just taken the lead 62-60, but a long way to go in this one as Arizona, once again, 2-point lead, but a free throw upcoming, and it is made. So a 1-point game in Kansas City. Take a look at the live number in that one, and it has Arizona out to a 4.5-point favorite. Seems a bit aggressive about where we are right now, but that is where the market sits, and Arizona's going to up the lead to 64-61. Alabama still the favorite, ever so slightly, but it keeps shrinking because Ole Miss is not going away. 56-50 with 16.5 minutes to go. Bama a 2.5-point favorite right now against Ole Miss. Matt, what number did you say you got with Ole Miss?
I got a big number, 11.5 with the Rebels. So I'd like to see Ole Miss hold on and win this game, but at least you got a lot of room to work with there with the double-digit dog.
UConn and Georgetown, the second semifinal of the Big East, underway, Matt, at Madison Square Garden, Storrs South. And UConn has a 13-8 lead with 12:58 to go over Georgetown. Georgetown beating DePaul as a slight favorite. I think off a dog. It was right around Pick'em. They beat DePaul 2 nights ago, and then last night knocked off Villanova, and Georgetown taking on the Huskies tonight went off as pretty significant underdogs in this one, around 14.5 or so in this contest. Matt, still to come. Let's dive into it. Our VSiN Primetime Game of the Night. We are 20 minutes away from UCLA and Michigan State. Right now, market sits 5.5 in favor of the Michigan State Spartans. And you, me, and Nick B. all in on UCLA here. You and Nick got a slightly better number at 6. I did take the 5.5. Went down to 5. It has crept back to 5.5 here. And I think all of us are in agreement here. We like the current form for this UCLA team. They win easily last night, 72-59 over Rutgers. You don't have to worry about the travel and their struggles from going from multiple time zones over. And Michigan State, obviously a very good team. We know the impressive nature that Izzo has shown, but I think from a talent standpoint, this is a spot to look at UCLA. And I thought Nick B., and I think you alluded to it as well, UCLA was embarrassed when they played at East Lansing a couple weeks ago, losing 82-59.
Yeah, they got a beat down in East Lansing, and I think you're going to see the Bruins fight back in this game. And Mick Cronin is one of those coaches that tends to get the best out of his teams around this time. And I agree with what Nick Bogdanovich said there, is it seems like UCLA is starting to play its best basketball here late in the season. Bruins whipped USC a couple times recently. I like the way they're playing offensively. They're fully healthy. Donovan Dent's playing at the highest level you can as a point guard right now. You said he had a triple-double last night, right?
Sure did. First ever triple-double in the Big Ten tournament.
You know how hard that is to do in a 40-minute college game to get a triple-double?
It's not easy.
I know. And Donovan Dent, I think, is playing as well as any point guard in the country right now. So you got a well-coached team with a lot of offensive talent. UCLA is number 24 in Kim Palm and offensive efficiency right now, but I think they're playing at a higher level than that right now. So I expect the Bruins to give the Spartans all they can handle, and I did take +6.
UCLA has won 3 in a row, including a triumph over Nebraska. Granted, that was at home. Night and day looking at this team at home and looking at this team on the road this year, UCLA. But as I mentioned, UCLA didn't have to travel for this game. They were already sitting there in Chicago for this one. Quick update from the ACC. Good news for Matt's future on Virginia as they lead 67-52 right now over Miami. This is an impressive performance here from the Virginia Cavaliers. Maybe the quietest 28-4, soon to be 29-4 team in college basketball, Matt. And you look at their losses lately, it was to Duke. Granted, they got their ass kicked by Duke, but it was to Duke, and they lost to North Carolina. But outside of that, this team has been quite impressive, and they beat NC State yesterday, depending on what number you got. I think it closed 6.5, so they did get the cover there. And now they are taking care of business here against Miami. So Virginia, a team that working for a seed, probably on like that 4 line, maybe if things go right and they're able to win the ACC tournament, they pop up to a 3 line, which would be massive for them. So we'll see. But Virginia playing some good hoop right now, and they lead by 17.
It is important not to be on that 4 line because you don't want to have to play the number 1 seed, and these number 1 seeds are so strong in this tournment.
And Nebraska right now, by the way, is kind of projected on that 3-4 line. So losing tonight,
it's off the 3 line.
Could be dropping back to 4.
Yeah, they're 4.
And if you're a 4 seed, then you're looking at a Northern Iowa, maybe a High Point. Those are some of the teams projected in that 13 range. So it could be a challenge, certainly. Nick Bogdanovich, without hesitation, said Northern Iowa, High Point. Those are the 2 teams he's looking to back next week.
Those 2 are on my list. I know he kind of dissed Troy, but Troy's on my list too. I got Northern Iowa, I got High Point, I got Troy, and I got a few other teams I'm going to be looking to play next week in terms of dogs in the first round of the tournament. I think Nebraska's got to be off the 3 line and down to the 4 line. You talk about a team that's fading and fading fast. Here's the tickets punched in the NCAA tournament, and the teams I like the most, what we've seen so far. We've seen Queens out of the Atlantic Sun Conference, Idaho from the Big Sky, High Point from the Big South, Hofstra from the CAA, Wright State from the Horizon, Siena from the MAAC, Northern Iowa, Missouri Valley, Long Island out of the Northeast Conference, Tennessee State out of Ohio Valley, Lehigh and the Patriot, Furman, SoCon, McNeese out of the Southland, North Dakota State out of the Summit, Troy from the Sun Belt, and Gonzaga from the West Coast Conference. Obviously, Gonzaga's a power team lumped in with all those small conference teams. I'll tell you the teams I like the most. High Point, no doubt about it. I think Wright State's got a chance to do something here, but I'm not certain the Wright State. It'll have to be the right matchup for me there. I will look to play High Point. I will look to play Northern Iowa. I am going to look to play Troy and possibly North Dakota State, possibly Tennessee State, and possibly Wright State. How about you?
Yeah, North Dakota State, I was going to circle back to them.